Stealth level thing are we fighting?
What? Hey, everybody.
What?
What? There's a bunch of dice. Don't worry about that. Johnny said don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
59.
Oh, okay.
There's 59 of something.
Yep.
But we're back with more D&D. A third week in a row of D&D for you. Unexpectedly, but here we are. So, if you don't know what's going on, there's a terrible thing called the Vanishing that we're trying to stop, and that's really like our main quest. There's a lot of like side quests going on, possibly. Last week we talked about a lot of potential side quests. But like any good open world game, sometimes you have to just get back to the main quest. I think that's what we're doing. We're trying to do it, maybe. Anyway. Incrementally, yeah. But the Vanishing is this terrible affliction that will basically cause the end of our world as we know it. So we're trying to stop it, and we've gone through a lot to try and stop it, and some of us have died. Some of us have died multiple times. It's really we might not all agree on what the main quest is, which is part of the issue. So we spent a long time in Emlist, and then we went to the Underdark and spent a long time there, killing a lot of Illithid, and thinking we were getting closer to ending the Vanishing. We chased agents of Shar all around the world. We took a portal to the mountains and went looking for them all over the place, and then we had to defend our city, which was under siege from Velaeus, the realm to the south. And our king was killed by a Rakshasa who took his place and caused all sorts of chaos. And then there was, I don't know, a few other bad guys. We dealt with one of the bad guys. The other ones seem to have this way of just slipping away before we can finish them off. So last time we had some breakfast, and then it really turned into quite the conversation. Tensions were high within the group, I would say, because we don't really, we feel a little lost about what to do next. We're not sure what people mean for us to do with the things that we have, like this very evil staff and the dragon head statue, which is being kept away from us until we're ready to do something else, I guess. Whatever Ephelis approves of. So there's a lot of people who have ideas about what we should be doing. And we're trying to figure it all out. We're just trying to keep it together and end the Vanishing. So we had a little chat. We were going to maybe interrogate our prisoner, and then things went south with that real quick. And we had to kill him.
The prisoner was very willing to answer any questions that we wanted.
But then we had to kill him, which was. But then we had to kill him.
I like the inclusion. I like that. The idea of inclusion.
Yeah,
in case you missed it, this is where
together.
it all fell apart last week. If you couldn't tell.
Yeah. When Rowan says we, he means him and his glaive.
Somebody got mad and threw a frying pan, and.
So to be fair, it's because somebody else in the middle of the night used an evil staff to make a thrall of our prisoner. I don't think that
he was a thrall.
Deliberately, while the rest
bit of a thrall.
Of us
was he willing to do pretty much anything for you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a thrall.
That's just charmed.
It's not.
I think it's not charmed.
That's why they call it enthralled.
It's heavy charm.
It's
heavy charm.
Strong charm.
When it's evil, it's thrall.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
They're all.
Dominate.
Let's just.
Yeah. So as Johnny said, this is where it devolved.
Yeah. There's a difference between charm and dominate.
Nah, it's something.
Some things.
It's a strong charm.
Yeah. If you had instructed him to kill himself, would he have done so?
No.
Okay. Are you sure?
I don't think that he would.
You don't think so? But maybe he might have.
Well,
now we can't
on
know.
the road that we were going to go down. Like, that's not a hypothesis we were going to test.
We don't know what.
Spill the beans on literally anything.
The thing is, we don't know what hypotheses Farron will be testing while we're asleep. So the idea of sleeping around the Farron has become very fraught because it's hard to know what he's up to. Sleeping. I'm just saying, one of us, if you're trying to evaluate what's going on in the party, one of us is very safe, eminently safe to sleep around. Like so much so that you would want to do it.
Yeah, except for now the Farron's going to want to experiment around you while you're asleep.
See, and it's not good. We don't like that.
Because he's going to get that bonus.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to figure something out for that. You know what?
Isn't it just allies? Doesn't it just apply to allies?
Well, I think
Just declare
it's
him not an
while
ally.
you're conscious. Can't remember. Is it just always on, or was
I
it?
don't
I
know.
think
Do I have
I
to
don't
be
know.
conscious?
It's been a while since I've looked at.
I'm just
Paladin
gonna
Aura.
have to keep protection from good and evil up all the time, and I don't have
There
enough
you go.
spell slots to do that. This is the problem. But
Nobody is evil.
anyway. So we're not following up on that lead. So now we are still in Valeus' realm. We are in the capital city there, Sadgernis. We are hoping to at least make some headway against ending the hostilities. But it seems like in the time that we've spent in town here, there is quite a bit of fervor for this war that's happening. So we've spent the day kind of going around the town, doing some investigating, seeing what we can find out in our own various ways, and trying to determine if there are any signs of the Vanishing or Shar's agents here in Sadgernis that we can follow up on that will lead us to the next step, whatever that is. But we think we've come to a loose agreement about trying to find Shar's agents, whether that's the paladin in the dark plate with the purple ring, or the very old pale elf, or whatever other agents of hers might be out in the world, because she is the direct cause, as far as we know, of the Vanishing, and so we think stopping her is our most direct route and doesn't require any sort of cooperation with demon lords or anything else.
That's how we stop
like
her.
that. So I think that's basically where we're at, trying to figure out what to do next.
All right. Well, we didn't even make it to the prologue tonight before we started arguing about things. Great.
I've always
Last
wondered,
week we made it about 12
a
minutes.
Paladin
What?
and an Infernal Warlock together.
What about?
This is what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so on this this day that we after the unfortunate decapitation that
Was it
sometimes happens when we
unfortunate?
have prisoners.
Oh,
Oh,
I don't know
sorry.
if I'd say unfortunate.
The very fortunate
Yes.
decapitation.
No, we wouldn't say
Yeah.
that either.
Decapitation of a prisoner.
On the morning that Sark died. Okay.
Stick to the facts.
Yeah, stick to the facts. You're right. Sorry. And then we had decided to kind of do our own thing in the city as we were searching for things. And so we a little behind the scenes here for those who obviously don't know. We did a little behind the scenes work here about what we were doing on this first day. And so just to give you a recap here about what's going on, the Farron is researching a lot of different topics, but spending time in libraries and enlisting some help. And so that is what he has involved himself with, and he knows it'll be several days, if not even weeks, of research to try to determine what it is, what he's looking for, which does involve information about Shar and the Vanishing, but also may involve some of his other extracurriculars. So that's what the Farron is doing on this day. Grim went to some of the I don't want to use the word sleazier parts of town, the
Seedier.
seedier parts of town to check out his contacts, because he knows where to find things, and obviously, and this was mostly actually outside the city walls is where a lot of this took place. Elvis Lane, and then Nightfield was sort of so, and even Gala. So a lot of the places that are a little less, on the up and up or outside your city walls here. But he put in his contacts and looked around and did some talking and some contacting, informants, brokers, things like that. Didn't really find much information that would help as far as the vanishing goes. Although it is evident to everybody since you've been in the city, that there are vanishings in the city. There are people that are vanished. There's even people that have been in the clutches. When anybody, wants to check these things out, though, they don't find any of the clues like they found in Emilus, like the purple ring being a primary example, even though you may not be able to see it. When Rowan does, for example, his divine sense of those places, he doesn't pick up any of that residue that he found in those other places. And there's no connection to anything, that leads anywhere, as far as the vanishing is concerned. So, again, you see evidence of vanishing, but not a whole lot. Eventually, Graham checks in on his contact with the Howling Wolf, which was the inn that he had visited in Elvis Lane, and they actually said they gave him an address over north of the river, somewhere in Gala, and he headed over there and he found like an old, what probably used to be like some kind of pawn shop, and found no evidence of anything really useful. But from the information that he was given, he thinks this might have been where Sark was, either hiding out or even living there. He found a floorboard with quite a bit of money and valuables that is hanging on for the right moment. But otherwise, yeah, not a lot that helped in the way of the vanishing. Rowan went to Temple of Tyr, and
Wigbit's marvelous mercy murder muffins.
Yeah.
Those sound awesome.
I cannot wait to try those. Sorry.
No, you're good. And the Tyrians were willing to talk and listen, but there really wasn't much there that could connect to Shar. Of course, they're concerned, and any especially good church, and actually any of the churches or temples in the city are concerned with vanishing, but they don't provide any answers for like, hey, this is where you should go to stop vanishing. So it's it would be frustrating in that regard. They do mention when Rowan mentions mysterious deaths, of course, they mention the three nobles who had been all met mysterious ends, which Rowan had believed, I believe, a couple episodes ago that they were connected to, of course, the Half-Orc, or the Rakshasa, or some combination thereof. But again, otherwise, going around being his divine sensing doesn't locate anything that's connected to the vanishing. It's not to say that there might not be something a little bad in the city that Rowan probably would take care of. Like maybe there's a zombie wandering around or something. I don't know, But yeah, as far as like anything that's vanishing connected, no, it's, Rowan doesn't find anything on this first day. And Wiglet went back to the manor, and he eventually let himself in, where Wiglet, you find actually it doesn't look like anybody's ever lived here, or at least nobody's lived here in a very long time. Like you don't see any evidence of closing. You don't see any evidence of I mean, there's very old furniture in here. You could tell. There's some paintings and things on the walls. I mean, it's a manor, but there isn't like a lot here that suggests anybody lives here. You go to look for like the gatekeeper because you'll talk to him, and he's not here. And even if you hang out for a while, he doesn't like come back from like going to the market or anything. I mean, so just it looks like a nice manor on the outside, but on the inside, there's no evidence anybody has lived here in quite some time.
Had this noble, like, how long could I get a sense of how long the Rakshasa was impersonating this noble? Like, when you say a long time, is that like before the pre-vanishing? Like,
you would think so. You would think at least pre-vanishing, affecting, lots and lots and lots and lots of people. So months, if not longer than that.
okay.
But you do know that Lord Radun Amundi has been around for longer than that. So, he's a lord of the city and he's been here for a while. But when you look around and you try to look for evidence of that noble that the Rakshasa was impersonating, you don't find him. Assuming that this was his address, which you assume it was. And again, there's no evidence of him, a wife, children, family, anything like that here. And as far as looking for a man you saw in a vision, yeah, you have no luck with that.
Figured.
There's still a lot of troops. Even though y'all cut down on a number of them, still a lot of troops and obviously still a lot of people in the city.
Yep.
And they're all wearing masks now, so it's impossible to tell. No, maybe not. And then
Not here.
and then you head out into the woods and not here. Oh,
Not
okay.
in this city.
All right.
No, if they've got just zombies walking around.
No.
And whoever
There's no zombies walking around. Yeah, that was the first thing.
Not anymore. Killed all the zombies.
You just do your sense evil, and then whenever
you do have
comes up,
Yeah, like if it gets something.
mercy murder.
Yeah, time to go mercy murder it.
Like, oh, that's that old granny over there, with evil. And I go,
Hey, it's
So,
mercy murdering. Yeah.
real question though, how far away can you sense that staff?
so I mean,
60 feet?
divine sense is a 60-foot range. Yeah, as long as it's
Okay.
not behind total cover.
Oh, so if it was in the next room, then you wouldn't be able to sense it.
I mean, depends on how big. Oh yeah, if it's like behind the wall, then yeah.
and he could look at you through a doorway and hold it behind a wall, and you wouldn't sense it.
I mean,
Keep the staff
I mean,
in cover.
The aura might go around corners because it's not total cover.
that thing. Yeah, and that thing, I feel like its evil aura is very large.
So we just need to play hide the staff, and then it won't bother you anymore.
But you are.
I mean, I know it's there.
And as far as Wigwit, you get lots of ingredients from your favorite meals. I'll leave that to your discretion for what you're adding to your cookbook there.
Yeah, I'm curious about that one.
Marvelous Mercy murder muffins.
The murder muffins.
So I cook it with berries that birds like, but you have to not eat the berries because I know they're poisonous. They're just in there for flavor.
What?
So
You got to pick around them.
you got to pick around the berries. Because humans, I know this from experience, that you'll get very sick. But, if you eat the whole thing, yes, you will die. But, as long as you pick around the berries,
Should be just fine.
Is this
Should
like
taste
one
good.
of the things where, like, as long as you cook it correctly, like,
It sounds like he's just baking a poison pie.
I was gonna say, because are there certified, like, if there are certified chefs who know how to deal with these berries, then I would prefer that you go learn from one of them.
I think I'm inventing those.
Yep.
You're like the first pufferfish chef of this world,
Yeah,
but it's just
yeah.
with berries.
Pufferfish.
Oh man.
I don't know about that.
But at the end of the day, Wigbit, you do get a message from Ephilis.
Right.
That says, "Any luck today? What did the half-orc reveal? Brand says order is being restored in Emelis, but the body count is high." 24 words you get. 25
Yeah.
words.
Rowan decapitated our only lead.
No. Not true. Only lead.
That happened.
I mean, I don't know that this conversation is taking place, but if I did, I would be thinking about how inaccurate that is.
We're trying to figure out what to do next. Many. The Farron's studying the staff, and the rest of us are. Let me know when it cuts out.
Right there. The rest of us are.
All right, perfect. I think I used too many words.
Yeah, there's a momentary pause, and then you get another message that says, "You didn't finish. What are y'all doing?"
Y'all?
Man. What art thou? No. What are y'all doing?
What art thou doing?
What art thou doing? I got a minute. Let's see. Rowan needs guidance. I'm not sure that is the Rowan that you know. That was 25. So.
We're trying to figure out, and I'm starting to do how to stop the vanishing without bargaining with the demon. And where to go next. Rowan sucks. No, I don't say that.
Rowan sucks. JK.
Rowan's kind of nuts.
Okay. And you don't get any more responses today.
Okay. Rowan. What does that list know?
Yeah, and so day one, I'm assuming sometime on day one, the Farron probably checks in with everybody. He leaves his acolytes. He goes, picks up some dinner, and checks in with y'all in the evening, and y'all congregate and talk about what it is you found today. Which, in regards to the vanishing, is nothing, but you found a lot of other stuff. You explored the city, but yeah, so then we flip it over to the next day, and if you want to jump in at any point, just let me know. Like at night, if you are gonna like go stab the Farron or whatever, just let me know. Like
I mean,
That wasn't planned for tonight.
do what?
That wasn't planned for tonight.
So,
Oh, okay, all right, yeah.
after the first night, like Wigwood will already start like complaining. Like, how many nights are we gonna do this? How many days? I would like when.
It's a good question. Does not sound like today was fruitful.
no, and if we don't want to waste too much time here searching for something that's not here.
But if we don't
Drive us
spend enough
mad.
time here, then we won't find what is here.
There might be
Spend
nothing.
too much
though.
time here, you'll be here forever.
That's a good deal of time.
Death is forever.
Not in our experience so far.
At some point,
Did you make any progress, Farron? Did you learn anything?
I've set up research groups at 3 of the libraries.
How long is that going to take?
I'm not sure. I think that I could encourage them to work through the night. It'd probably be frowned upon with the method. So I'll continue my research tonight and see if I can get leads together for them to follow up on in the morning.
You're talking about you could take control of them and make them work harder?
I don't think that I could take, I mean, I could take control of them, but I don't think that that would make them work harder. I think that I could, I'm not sure what I could do. I feel like there must be a way to.
They're good people.
energize-
They didn't do anything wrong.
No.
That's why I had no problem with you doing it to the other guy. Sark?
Yeah, that was sort of the feeling that I had as well. As these are innocent people, where Sark was not.
I'm glad you had that feeling.
Grum just shakes his head.
Wigbit gets it.
And the night passes.
I didn't get an answer. Enjoy your murder muffins.
And Grim will try them. He'll pick around the berries.
Don't eat the berries.
Yeah, no, he won't eat the berries.
There's lots of berries in them.
I have no doubt. Probably like 90%
Mostly
berries.
berries.
Berry with a little muffin. Yeah.
Right.
But day 2 dawns, but the only thing you notice today is that it's much cooler today than it has been. You feel like you're getting to where winter around here will start to set in, but it's not usually that bad here. But it's just cooler outside. But otherwise, it's sunny, and the city is alive as it was yesterday, except for the people that are dying from the vanishing because all y'all doing is sitting on your hands, not doing anything. But otherwise, the city is alive. And yeah, what are we doing on day 2?
Early bird gets the worm. I got worms. Cooked up some worms and some.
Graham will have no problem with that. He'll eat that.
Got some flavor nicely with some mushrooms. Yeah, they're a little chewy.
The parents spent the night going between the libraries, gathering books together, because he can find the books at night and then distribute them to the acolytes to research through in the day.
Yeah. And part of that 35 platinum is, you know, a payoff to the librarians to allow you access to the libraries in the middle of the night. So that's also part of the payment as well.
That makes sense.
Unless you wanted to use your staff.
No,
I mean, your friends aren't around right now. I'm just saying.
it's true.
I mean, is it evil if your friends don't see it?
But as a gesture of goodwill,
Gesture of good.
mhm.
But yeah, so the Farron is doing more research on day 2. I know what he's doing. What was the rest? I mean, is there a different plan for day 2?
Over a meal of worms and whatever else we could put in the breakfast.
Goes with the worms, yeah.
Yeah,
Eggs, probably.
yeah. That
Because the birds eat the worms, you know. That kind of works well
Cycle.
together. Early
like
bird
it.
gets the
I like
worm,
it.
you know, eggs and worms.
Eggs and worms.
So
Yeah, but they're tiny
yeah.
eggs. They're not like chicken eggs. Raided a bunch of nests yesterday.
I don't know how much the city has to offer us.
Yeah.
People do not seem to have been hit as hard as in Emilis.
Hmm. I agree. All of the prophecies centered around elements that were tied to Emilis. Wigbit's still reading prophecy, even though it's pretty sure it's over.
We've done it all.
Yeah.
It's like,
Just got to finish it.
there's bits, you know? There's bits.
Let us be gone.
To where? To Emilis? To Ephesus?
Find out why he did not trust us with this statue.
We don't know where he is. I mean, I assume it's near Emilis.
Have you not been talking with him?
Well, yeah, he talked to me last night.
So ask.
I have to wait.
Yes. But when he contacts you again.
Okay. We just go to Emilis now, though? I mean, I think the king would.
They might not like seeing our faces.
Okay. We could go nearby. I mean, I don't know. Can't they just get us somewhere else near Emilis?
Maybe.
I think. Wherever they got their armies up north of Emilis.
I do not think the people we know would know the sigils get to that place. And if we could find the people who did, then the city would become more interesting.
So what do we do today? More research?
That is what the Farron will do.
What are you gonna do, Krem?
I can go back out, keep working different contacts, but I do not necessarily expect different results.
Rowan, what are you gonna do today?
Yes, I'll keep looking for signs of things like we saw in Emelis. I don't know that there will be any, but maybe there's something here we're missing. I missed yesterday. I don't know. It's
Do you want to go talk to the king and make sure that he's ready to help us leave
can stop by and
if we need him?
let him know that we'll be departing soon. Yes.
And see if he can get us to Emelis or near. Not he, but his people.
Oh,
And maybe there's
a note.
something-
Grim will put it on the table for everyone to read. Next to the eggs and worms.
One more day like today? Is that what that means?
I hope so.
All right.
Are we on day 2 right now or day 3?
2.
hopefully they'll find whatever they're tracking down today, and we can be done with this place. It's odd. Is it odd to either of you that there doesn't seem to be any presence of Shar or her minions at all here? I mean, it was so prevalent in Emelis, and the Vanishing is here too. It's just they don't seem to have a direct hand in it here as much as they did for some reason.
Vanishing is everywhere, and we don't know how it spreads. So, could just be here because it is. But Emelis is where it comes from, where the work was done.
And where they were looking for the statue. That could have brought them there. Originally.
And there was only one statue on each plane, yes? So they would not need to search here if they suspect it to be there.
But we've found her people elsewhere, not just in Emelis. We've encountered them.
I know we found them in Farinal Mountains, the dwarf.
That's where a statue was.
Yeah,
They've been at work in other places where the Vanishing has also appeared, but why not? Why? I would think there would be at least some sign, however small.
I do not visit many cities, so
Since coming here, I've really just been in Emelis. Where I came from was more small villages than cities, really.
maybe Shar's people are not everywhere. Just her disease.
Well, I guess we give the Farron his day. See if we can find anything. be time to move on.
Agreed.
Well, I guess I will see you back here this evening.
Graham will stand up whenever you stand up and nod and says, I will join you.
Wigbit, see you this evening.
Okay.
I look forward to your next meal. This was
Yeah,
good.
I would have changed the talks about how he would do it a little different. But thanks, he really appreciates the feedback. It was terrible. It was really bad.
Oh
It
man.
wasn't bad. I mean, to Graham, that's good. He lived in the mountains and the forests. I mean, worms are something you eat.
Yeah,
It's protein.
All right.
we liked it.
So Farron's got his side quest of the staff, and now Wigbit's got his side quest of being a cook. All right, cool. Yeah, we're creating. Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, all of Wigbit's day is spent like, I have to gather 6 of these and come back, and then I have to gather 8 of these and come back, and then I have to buy this recipe at the store.
Got a
And
whole
now
bunch
I
of
can.
fetch quests.
Yep.
He finds you. He finds you in the middle of the day, Roll, and is like, "Hey, can I borrow some of that money stuff?"
I already borrowed some. I'm gonna run out of it real quick.
This guy told me he could give me this recipe for this new food, but I had to get him this and this and bring it.
I keep playing in platinum, and it goes away really fast. I run out.
At one point, this baker runs up to you, and then it takes you a minute to recognize Wigbit just went full baker form all of a sudden. Didn't even know he was doing it.
Today, Wigbit's just gonna suck it up and go to the library. Join the parents.
Wow!
I mean,
Alright.
yeah. I mean, he's really good with the prophecy and everything, so he
I'm
can
gonna ask
decipher
him
this.
I'm gonna ask about prophecy a lot, and then carry books around.
All right, so Wigbit's going to apprentice. Got it. Or acolyte. Yeah. And so Grim and Rowan are going to wander the city, I'm guessing, right?
More or less. Yeah, I mean, I would try to hit places that I didn't get to yesterday. And I know Grim's got some places in mind that he needs to visit, so I guess I'm going to those places as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there anything specific?
I mean, I think I'm still looking for the same kind of signs I was searching for yesterday.
Okay.
You know, and if I get a feeling about anywhere, maybe I'll dig a little harder in that one place and see if there's anything, and if not, and then I'll just tag along with whatever leads Grimm's following up on.
As we're walking, why do you think Sark killed those particular lords and ladies?
Back in Emless?
No, here.
Oh,
Then are there a bunch dead here?
3. Oh,
Yeah.
3 main ones. Yeah.
I mean, I can only assume that the Rakshasa was on its way to some kind of disruption, like it did in Emless, but I don't know if they were trying to get those particular nobles out of the way because they would cause problems, or
I am just wondering. The Rakshasa used the home of a noble. Perhaps one of these homes has more information.
could be. Could stop by, see if we can find anything.
Could try it.
Or we can figure out where they are. Be too hard.
There we go. We're gonna go to some dead nobles' houses.
Okay.
Yeah, ransack some
Should be
dead
easy.
people's houses. It'll be great.
Yeah, right. Their families won't mind.
No.
Right. Sure. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, their homes aren't hard to find. And they are. So, what you find there is, I mean, there are still people that live in those places, families, for the most part, whether it's a husband or wife, or whether it's a child, whether it's cousins or whoever it is. So they're, they're not like Raloon's manse. These places are still occupied. You get from some of them, you get some, why are you here? We don't really want to talk to you. We're, this was maybe 2 to 3 weeks ago, maybe, depending on which one you're talking about. So, I mean, it's still relatively recent. But then some others are a little more willing to talk. And you do gather that, so the lady at start died in her sleep, and that was, she actually did just die in her sleep. There wasn't like, the family doesn't really chalk that up to like, oh my God, she was murdered in her sleep. Like they fully believe that she just passed away in her sleep. But then the other two, Lord Aradius, slipped down some stairs, which they don't buy at all. And they've, talked to people on up in the hierarchy, including, the nobility, and there's agreement, but then who, would have pushed him down the stairs, like, and then the Lady Celia, the carriage accident, which Rowan had been to the scene of that, the family doesn't fully believe that it was just like a wheel broke and the carriage went into the river. They believe there was more to it than that. They tell you that, like, when the body was found, there were certain like cuts and things on her body that didn't suggest like, hey, she died because of drowning. Like, she could have been injured when the carriage flipped over into the river, of course, but they're pretty certain that she was either already injured and that led to the accident, or she was possibly even already dead when the accident occurred. But again, like, trying to figure out who did this, and nobody saw like a creepy figure standing on the carriage when this happened. So I mean, they talk about it. I mean, they're fairly honest about it. Again, whether, and it runs the degree of like, they're really hostile about it, and you get like, you have to pull the answers out of them versus they're more willing to talk about it. But I mean, that's what you gather from them. They don't. I mean, that's as far as the information goes. And again, like I said, there's people that live in all these houses, so it's not like Sark's place. No, not Sark's place. Raloon's place.
Cool. Yeah, that's part of what I was wondering, is if anything had been converted. So no.
Right. I mean, you can make I guess maybe this is, you're investigating, so I make an investigation roll. I'm probably going to tell you something that you've probably figured out. Maybe not your characters, but you've probably been able to put the clues together.
I mean, that's assuming. So
Well-
both of us are
Wow.
pretty good at this.
We are good investigators.
I know what we do.
Well, all right. So clearly, like, yeah, there's...
This clueless team out here investigating.
We are
We've
clueless.
already been over this. This is not a smart group of
No.
it's
heroes.
an
Nope.
it's, right. It's an intelligence based skill. That's right. I
We're
was
both like
thinking
looking
of,
for something to
that's
take
right.
notes on. Like, what is there? I don't have a notepad.
Write this down. On what?
What? Yeah. I bought a lot of stuff at the store, but I did not buy a notepad.
Right. Yes, I mean, you can draw your own conclusions, you know, which may be right, but
Sark killed him. We don't know why. That's my conclusion. Like, they got
Skeleton things.
assassinated for some reason.
All right, cool.
They didn't get vanished, though.
Not in that way.
There's no purple rings around their bodies. As far as we know. We just need a purple... Man, we just gotta find a purple ring. That's what we really
One
need
purple
here.
ring.
Just one purple
we-
ring.
Teleport through it.
Yep.
with the teleportation spells y'all have.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
we got... damn it.
We gotta, like, tie that guy to one of us next time we go through a portal.
Dimensional shackles.
Yeah. Like, no, you are coming.
You're coming. Yeah. So yes, I mean, you spend the day. I'll have you make one more investigation roll throughout the day.
Boy.
Here it comes.
All right.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Hey, there it goes.
Y'all like switching places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
So Grim notices more than Rowan. Like Rowan, as I said, you know, yesterday, yeah, you do run across some people who are, you may not run across them, but you at least hear about them. Yeah, it's possible maybe you run into somebody like in a tavern or an inn or something that's like suffering, like has suffered from the vanishing. Whether it's like, you know, a merchant tells you about his brother that he's taking care of, or, you know, so I mean, like I said, there are people in the city that are suffering from the vanishing. Then Grim, you're just like, you're able to take a little better hold than Rowan of like how many people you're seeing, and it's not just like 3 or 4. I mean, you're gathering that. I mean, you know, throughout the day, you've come across what you assume anyway, that there's, you know, a dozen or more vanishings that, you know, that you've either indirectly had contact with somebody or even directly. And it's just one of those, like, you know, so it's clear that the vanishing is happening here. But and Rowan knows from the Tyrians talking yesterday, like, you know, they have found, you know, people that have died from the vanishing, whether it's the clutches or whatnot. But they thoroughly investigated and, you know, did, you know, what Rowan knows is, you know, they were also divine sensing and trying to figure out like what, you know, we're looking for something more than just they died, and there's no evidence of any of that around here. So there are vanishings. There's just not.
No
It's,
sharks.
it's not the right. It's just not the shark clues you're looking for.
Okay.
So. But yeah, so you spend the day doing the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing the
yeah.
thing.
And you know, the one thing that comes from all this is that you do have a pretty good feel on the city after spending a couple days just being in the city. So you have a feel of it. You know, what's going on, and again, the nationalistic talk hasn't died down about, like, you know, conquering Agcaron and you know, winning the battles and things like that. It's clear that the news of some of their recent defeats have not made its way south yet. So, you know, they're still celebrating and cursing the name of, you know, Agcaron and you know, King Celsus and all that. They're, you know, and then raising up King Alernus and fighting the good fight and all that stuff. So you definitely get a lot of that, especially if you stop in taverns and inns and sports bars and things like that.
I guess we just start killing people then. Talking bad about my kingdom.
There's only one option.
Yeah. Like, oh, you think you're winning? How about this? Who's winning now?
Yeah, so actually over the last week I didn't know this. I've made an entire city map with every single person on here because I figured this would happen. So here we go. I'm gonna flip over to it. We're just gonna start killing everybody in the city. Go.
Yeah. And that's exactly how many people are in each tavern at every hour of the day.
That's right.
Like, oh, it's 2:00 and you're in this one? Okay.
Yeah, there's 17 people
this
in
is how
here.
many people.
All right.
And they're all named already.
Right. They all have names. This has been my pet project for the last,
I mean, you just knew we were going to massacre the city, so
massacre the whole
you had to be ready. Okay.
Roll and resist massacring the whole city for the moment. We'll see what tomorrow brings. But at least today, it's probably whatever Wigbit gave him for breakfast this morning. Probably just,
I probably had like a berry or two, and it's just affecting me.
just
Mildly poisoned. Like in a good way.
Man. I mean, it was hard to get around all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so you gather back at I gave a name to this place.
It does have a name.
Was it the Howling something?
No, the Howling Wolf was the one you went to with the.
Oh right.
The
Yeah.
You are standing up.
A nice.
Oh, the Silver Spirit.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, you congregate back at the Silver Spirit, and you walk through the common room. In the evening, there's a good crowd gathered this evening, as there has been the last couple nights you've been here. And
What do we have? What's happening?
I don't know. I don't want to watch this. Oh.
Is that me?
Yeah,
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
It's what good guys do.
Yeah. I mean, he was a Knight of the Round Table. That's like ultimate good guy.
He was a good guy. These are mercy murders.
Yeah, like all these people are bad.
I feel like Rowan's the guy that was Rowan that got hit with the arrow. I figured that's like Rowan's feeling of Ravi right there. like Ravi's dead, and Ravi's like, no, I'm actually not quite dead yet. And Rowan's like, well, you're about to be dead. No, I'm really okay. No, lay there. And then, like, he charged the castle.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you meet back up. It's evening, and I'll say this is the time that the Farron comes in to report on things, and Wigbit's with the Farron after a day of research. I imagine Wigbit hair is like standing up a little bit, and
I don't have any hair.
oh, that's right, you don't have any hair.
It would be.
That's right.
If he had any, he would have pulled it out.
Wigbit's got like ink stains all over his hands and like a big ink smudge on the side of his face, and just
Yeah. Tough day.
Yeah, we've got scribes and acolytes all over the place, running between libraries.
How did it go?
Do y'all meet in the common room, by the way, or do y'all meet like upstairs in your rooms? Like as a daily thing?
Probably upstairs if we're gonna talk.
Okay.
So we're not like talking in the midst of everyone.
There you go, upstairs.
All right. That's the reason I was asking. I may have created a thing.
Hey.
Oh, no. Yeah, because after last time, you feel like we need a
going into combat.
Just get tired of looking at that map the whole time.
Just in case.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Just in case something. If we need to know where things are.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. I'm the visual,
Yeah.
These
Grim
are
will stand here looking out the window as we talk.
good sized rooms. Yeah, and y'all can choose your room. I assume that like the three of you at least were staying in the same room.
Three of us.
I'm
at
within
least
10
are.
feet of Rowan for sure.
Well,
That
in
is a
fairness,
giant bed.
yeah,
That is.
We're all
So-
sharing the bed.
what a
We can.
Yeah.
Is that maybe that's like 3 beds? That's just yeah.
It's like
it is a big
50-foot bed.
20 foot. Yeah.
I had to expand
How
the
many?
bed.
Yeah, like
25 foot bed, 25 by 10.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
It's
50.
a nice bed.
That's
They're not
pretty
quite that
damn
nice.
big.
Yeah, but maybe it's several beds or
This place is huge.
We pushed them together. We brought all the beds in. We pushed them together.
yeah, these are nice rooms. I figured that with the money that y'all have, y'all are able to afford the nice place.
We can
the nice,
afford the rooms that giants sleep in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
nice floor. I just wanted to make it big enough to see. That's all.
No, it's awesome. I like it.
Wigman's on the big water bed.
No, yeah, he just flops after a day of research. Oh man.
all right. Sorry. All right. So yeah, we're hanging out in the inn, having a conversation.
How did it go?
It went well. We've got, like I said in that note this morning, if we have one more day, then I think that we're going to come up with something.
Well, then, what did you come up with? We've been
Oh,
here a whole nother day.
One more day?
Today?
Today.
No, like one more. No, if I needed one more day yesterday, I would have said one more day. I sent it this morning to let you know that we need to be here for one more day.
That was. Today
said-
was a whole day.
No, like one. Oh.
That would have made more sense if you sent that right now.
Messenger appears at the door. Sorry, I got lost.
No, I didn't realize you didn't get my second note.
Another full day here.
Yeah.
Will it be worth it?
I think that it will be. We're chasing down multiple leads about, including leads about Shar.
Sorry.
So you'll have information on Char at the end of tomorrow.
I believe so. We should have information about Shar. We should have information on how to maybe how evil objects have been purified in the past. We should have some information about what the staff actually does without having to use it to find out. That might give us a clue as to how it can be leveraged for whatever purpose we're moving toward. If we're not going to use it to seal Lord Franz away, then we must need it for another purpose. Otherwise, we wouldn't have it. It wouldn't have been left for us.
All right. I'll find something to do. Another day.
Wigbit was really helpful today. He moves much faster than the other acolytes, so he was able to deliver messages much more effectively.
Did run, yeah. I only drank a little bit of the ink.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, just, wondering.
I mean, it could
wasn't
go
big.
good in a soup.
It wasn't very good. You wouldn't want to use it much. Just a little, just
Just
a
a
dash.
dash.
Oh man.
All right.
If there's nothing more, then I'm gonna get back to it.
I just hope we have enough to go on to track down Char after all this. We're not too
With the
late.
investment of time, then I hope for results. There's so much to be done. We could just as easily spend a month, but we don't have that. So I have them running in shifts. I need more platinum.
Okay. How much more am I taking off the pile?
Burning through.
Let's say 30 more.
Going for the full.
Yeah.
All right.
We're good.
Cheap stuff, right?
Yeah. Hey, look, this
Do they have any?
we can't do anything with this platinum if we all die, so
Right.
might as
Might
well
as well use it for something.
spend it on acolytes.
Yeah.
There's only so much stuff you can buy.
Right.
Do they make any magic things that let you like teleport other places? Is that a thing?
I mean, if
There are
buy a
scrolls.
scroll.
Yes, scrolls. There's probably a ring of teleportation. That seems like something somebody would have made somewhere along the way.
But we could try to find one.
That might be useful at some point. To be able to not have to ask somebody else to do it for us. Maybe we could find one of those tomorrow.
Graham and I go magic shopping tomorrow.
I don't
You
know.
also know that. You also know you arrived in a teleportation circle.
Yeah.
And we're gonna leave through one.
Yeah. That can potentially get you. Well, it can get you at least other cities if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
I
You
don't
need,
know. Wigbit doesn't know. He's
Yeah.
just
those you need people
Right,
to
right,
like
right.
activate him for you, and
yeah. It does,
That was a reminder. Yeah.
don't always make good friends. So you know, and if Ephesus is going to be a jerk and teleport us away and not back,
yeah.
you know.
Speaking of Ephesus,
All right, that guy.
a Wigbit, you get a message shortly thereafter that says, "Any success? Question mark. I feel like I will need to depart soon, which means we will soon have to try. But this is dangerous."
The Farron wants one more day. We can come to you tomorrow night. Where should we come?
Interesting. You can travel by magic now. Very good. Outside Red Tree, relatively same location. I'll be waiting for you. Be safe.
Better be waiting for
It
us.
says it as one word.
Yeah, it's
safe.
really fast.
But safe.
You better be waiting. We're coming for you. We're taking that statue this time.
Over my dead. Oh wait, sorry.
Okay.
This can be
Rowan's got
arranged.
no problem with that.
That's how we're gonna do it. Fine.
I just said what you were thinking. Wait, are you gonna respond to that? Because you do get a response.
We'll try to be there. If we're not, get in touch. See you soon. Stay safe. Is that what he said?
Well,
Be well.
just trying to fill up your word.
I
He
made
was like, I still have a few more words.
I made
What?
Barry. Oh,
That's right.
it's cut off in the middle of the.
I made marvelous
Food
murder
report.
muffins this morning.
Mercy murder muffins.
Mercy, Mo, you're right. Sorry. All right. And so we rest and work, and unless in the night anybody wants to do anything.
Nope.
3 of us probably don't.
We climb into bed together.
Yeah, I got in bed.
Just get in our
Cool.
giant bed.
All right.
Yep.
Does the Farron wish to use a staff on anybody in the middle of the night?
No.
All right, just checking.
Does he feel compelled to or anything? Or
Just looking for an excuse.
okay.
Not even a good excuse, like any slight excuse.
Farron, we're not. Look, we're not. You're not gonna put your evil actions on me, bro. All right. You
You're the
know.
one that gave me the evil staff.
Can I roll and see if I trip and activate the staff?
I had thought about accidentally using it, but I think that by the time you get to 11th level, we're past the point of accidentally using magic objects.
Yeah.
You could use your intelligence to not use it. Fail that roll. Cool.
This is like intentionally failing in Scion.
It's like he's trying to get momentum.
Yeah.
Build up that momentum pool. You guys built up momentum for us with your investigations.
Good.
It's true. But day 3 dawns, and it's again cooler, but otherwise, another busy day in the city. Farron
My night
continues
shift
researching.
acolytes are allowed to go to bed so that my day shift acolytes can continue their work.
All right. Does Wigby go help research again today?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. And Grim and Rowan go
Men about town.
men about town.
Yeah, I was
All
gonna
right.
say, we want to go see if we could pick up a bounty.
Sure.
If there's something to do, be fun to
What?
run down one of these people, but we probably have to not kill them.
Well,
If there's more fun that way. Miss, more of a challenge.
never thought of it as fun, but right.
You never hunted?
No.
Oh, you have missed out. I will show you how to hunt.
Okay. We also
Okay.
need to stop by the castle and just let the king know to be prepared for us to depart tonight.
Okay.
Sure.
Maybe he will have someone he needs run down.
Maybe.
Okay, let us visit the king.
Stop by and basically I just want to let the inform them like we're planning to leave the city tonight. We just want to make sure that we'll be able to get passage to
And I would have shared.
Red Tree.
Yeah, Red Tree.
And like he says, we'll do our best, but we don't really know. I mean, he kind of showed what is Red Tree? Where's Red Tree?
Oh, it's however long we went outside of Emelis when we went to Red Tree last time.
It was about. I mean, it was a little less than a day's ride
North.
north. Yeah.
I'll try to describe it, and if they have a map, I'll point it out on the map.
Didn't your troops teleport there?
He looks confused.
Not
When the Valeas troops came to Emelis, they came from the north. through a teleportation.
He looks genuinely shocked when you say that, and your insight can tell he's not bluffing. North.
Do you
No,
know
we-
how your own troops arrived at Emilus?
We marched up the Dragon Road. I think that's the name of it. The Dragon Road.
Sure.
I hate to tell you otherwise, but I saw with my own eyes.
The Dragon. Was it the east? Or the Allen. It was the Allenar. I'm sorry, not the Dragon Road. The Allenar Road. Same direction. What do you mean?
And that's how they were able to get the drop on the city and surround it so quickly.
They were helped by lost eagles, men from the mountain, followers of Shar.
Well, I would like to think that my generals are capable of such an ingenious battle plan. But that's not what I was made to believe.
Then you were lied to.
And there were other powers at Emilus that wished to see your army successfully siege the city. They had interests in that going well for you, so they would have been willing to help make that happen however they could.
See,
How long of a travel is it from here to Emilus for your troops to have marched?
a distance.
Oh,
One distance.
One distance. How far does an army march in a day?
I don't know, an army marches on its stomach, so
yeah. How will it defeat them?
Well, let's go with they were pretty well provisioned.
I mean, they had a clear road to walk down.
yeah. I mean,
I've
you
never
could-
marched in an army, so I don't know.
I would say, I mean, they could probably get what? I mean, walking speed.
Yeah, if we
I don't
just
know.
assume walking speed, if we go D&D
Like,
rules,
like 15 to
20,
20
30
miles
maybe.
in a day, unless
And
they're like
really
marching
depending,
hard.
but
Yeah.
with equipment and everything, then yeah, probably closer to 15, 20.
All right. Then, at a hard march, probably 3 weeks.
How long after your troops left did you get the reports that Emilus was taken?
I don't know. It's fuzzy.
That is not good.
No, it's he generally looks confused. I mean, he's
Well,
So
you seem to have some things to think about.
you remember them setting out?
of course they marched and and make an investigation.
Oh,
Investigation.
yeah.
Go
but you have advantage on it.
Oh,
but are we investigating? We're not. This isn't like an insight. Like, what are we doing?
we're not.
Well, roll your investigation and I'll tell you what you're doing.
You said advantage.
Yeah, you do have advantage on it.
See how much that helps.
Okay.
Okay. Hey,
Oh, look
Alright.
at this. You're
sometimes
learning.
you just need a good roll.
Learning how to investigate.
That's right.
So clearly remember, so what he says is exactly what you heard in like taverns. It's like word for word, like what people are saying in taverns. Like, we marched to the, and it's like a chant. It's like a war cry,
Like
and
an implant.
and it's just like word for word. He says it.
That is exactly what they say in the taverns.
And like in the taverns, it kind of sounded more like a song, but he just kind of says it like,
Yeah, that is what they were singing there, isn't it?
To the
we set out on the third day, and we marched along the river. And then he just progresses from there.
It is strange that every single one of you would be saying the same exact thing. No deviation.
So you're leaving tonight. Red tree.
Yes.
Red tree. Yes,
Red
we
tree.
will. We will
So
make accommodations.
Johnny, the day that everyone is like saying was the day they set out, where does that fall in relation to when we got to Emilis?
Yeah, either when we left.
That
for the
would have
Underdark.
been.
Either one. Good thinking.
That would have been. Hold on. So if you say in 3 weeks, like 3 weeks before, well, Rowan was still dead. Like y'all were in the Underdark in some variation. Yeah, that was an Underdark point.
But yeah, I mean, but Rowan was there before they left.
Rowan was Emilis.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Rowan was in Underdark, right?
Wasn't he?
But Rowan would have been dead by that point.
No, what I'm saying. Well,
Rowan
I'm
had his
trying to
brain
remember.
eaten by that point. If that's what
Oh yeah, no, I mean that happens. Oh right. I was misremembering something. We came back from the Underdark, and that's when the siege started. Right. My brain was thinking we went down to the Underdark.
Right.
It was what's her face's realm, Talona's realm, where we had like the time differential thing, and we came back, and it was like a week later.
Right.
Got it.
And so, but in terms of the day that they think they marched from Sadgernis, like where,
right?
Like what day is that in comparison to the day that we got to Emilis? Like, what?
Oh,
like how much time?
Y'all
passed?
are like. It's really been only a little over, so it's been about 10 days for y'all since y'all returned from the Underdark. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So y'all were on like November 25th, and y'all came back from the Underdark on November 15th. Is what I just read.
Okay. So where does so if November 15th was the day that we got to Emilis, like what's the day that they think they marched?
November 14th. They are. So if it took so it took 3 weeks, then I mean that would be like beginning of November.
But they think that's
So in other words, what they're saying does not. Yes.
So are you saying? Oh, go ahead, Josh.
yeah. So are they saying that the day they think they marched from Sadgernis is 3 weeks prior to when we showed up in Emilis?
Not even midnight.
No,
we
I
might be
know.
losing them.
Uh-oh.
Like I am getting like serious lag.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying stuff and then y'all are responding like 5 to 10 seconds later.
Yeah,
We agree.
So I'm trying not to hate it, but
Oh boy.
So hang on.
So yeah, what I'm trying to figure out is like, is the day that we got to Emilis? Oh, he's gone.
Yep, he's gone. Probably doing a refresh.
That's what you're trying to find out,
Yeah.
like, and
Yeah.
because if the time gap is
Not
walking
right.
time,
Yeah. Like, did we? Yeah. Because
right?
if
So
they're
you want
like,
to know what date are they claiming to have left Sojournus with
Yep.
the army,
Yep.
versus what's the date that they had
Like-
Emilis under siege
like-
from the north?
like we know, their soldiers were in Emilis on
November 14th.
X date. Yeah, November 14th.
Yep.
Right.
So what day did they leave?
Like the siege was in
Right.
progress on the 14th, and if
What
they
I think. Go ahead.
yeah, and if they think they left here on, whatever,
November 5th or something like
yeah,
that.
like that just doesn't add up.
Or the
And-
November 3rd. He said on the third day.
Yeah.
So it could be the 3rd of November.
Welcome back.
Can you see Johnny?
I hope.
Maybe.
Oh, there he is.
I mean,
Now I see him.
a little frozen. Oh, less frozen.
Less frozen. I'll do my best to be unfrozen. So, I want to test real quick.
Oh boy.
Let me know when I say something.
I mean, you're kind of saying things, but you're cutting in and out.
You sound like a robot,
You do.
like a broken robot.
Right?
I heard.
Right.
I heard crit in there.
I don't know about that.
Oh no! Oh, who got critted?
I heard crit. That's bad.
Hey Ryan.
The king critted us.
Oh. I mean, he probably needed to.
Right.
He seems pretty weak.
I guess we're fighting in the castle. Man.
All right, I'll roll initiative.
Yeah.
I'm not going first.
Hang on.
Yeah. Let's see. All right.
Oh boy,
not.
we're definitely not going first. No wonder we got critted.
I mean, yeah. He got us in the surprise round, even.
And he's going to go ahead of us in the regular
I
round.
know. We were just chatting. We didn't know he was
We
gonna.
just asked him.
That's worst case.
I know.
He was very angry about the fact that he got duped.
Yeah. Okay. So there's just
So there's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yes, that is what we were asking. Yes. So, yeah, I'll tell the king. We returned to Emilis 10 days ago. Your army should have still been marching, and yet they were already sieging the city when we arrived. Something doesn't quite add up. Something is strange. So are we.
Well,
That's why he's critting us, because he's so confused. He's
Yeah,
lashing
so-
out in his confusion.
that's right. Doing psychic damage, critical psychic damage.
Yep.
We will leave you to figure this out.
Nods.
Grim leaves.
Probably would have said more, but he sounds like a robot. So.
Yep.
He's critting us. It's horrible.
All right. And then where do you go?
I would just go probably back to that. What was the howling moon, the howling wolf,
The
the
bounty
howling,
board.
howling wolf.
Wherever the town bounty board
yeah.
is.
I mean, sure, why not?
We go
Or
pick
at
up
least
yeah.
go pick up a bounty.
Pick up a quest.
Yeah,
Get it
just a
done.
quick
Just
side
one of the
quest.
short ones.
Yeah, no. We're not looking for somebody who's like hard to find. We're just
Yeah.
gonna pick up.
And like if it seems like it's gonna lead to like a chain, then we're not doing it.
No, I don't care what's at the end of that quest chain. No,
Yeah,
we just want
just
like a
want the
simple
one off.
right. Like here's your five gold and 5 daisies.
Yep. We'll never see
Like
you
nothing
again.
special. Right.
Yeah. All right. Would you like to roll a die that you used to hunt down a bounty in the city?
Streetwise.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Is that a thing?
It
No.
means what,
No.
survival. It means hunting and tracking. City survival.
Yeah. Whatever, just to see how well you do it.
Yeah. Does that work?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. I'm helping. I'm aiding. Look at us.
That's right.
We're survivors.
We're
Wow.
surviving the city.
Look at that. I think when you aid,
Oh no.
Yeah. I'll take the advantage. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
That lets me get way over.
Look at
We
that.
found somebody.
Yep. We
You
definitely.
know, whether or not we kill him, that's entirely up to Rowan.
I mean, not entirely.
It's pretty much like Graham doesn't plan on killing him.
Okay.
You did it very well.
I mean, we'll just see what the instructions are. Follow the instructions, right?
Dead or alive, dead was an option.
Yep. All right. You know what?
Low blow.
Yeah.
Low blow.
I mean, if you wanted, you can send somebody at me armed and unbound, and we'll see what happens. I'll still kill him. You've seen me kill a lot of people who were actively fighting.
Mebtel.
Yeah, sometimes they're actively fighting, sometimes they're running, and I'm chasing them down
Johnny needs to get
because you don't run
different
away.
internet.
I mean, it's just a lot. It's also just a lot easier. I mean, it is a lot easier when they're bound and unarmed. Like it's a lot less effort. It's a lot less effort. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Right.
And
You-
like,
you worked hard all day. You want to come home and
That's
have a
the
nice,
thing.
easy.
it's like if you're gonna be getting rid of
Mercy
evil,
murder.
and it's like you could get some rid of some like tied up, bound, unarmed evil. Right?
How could that be evil?
Yeah. Just makes it way
Right.
easier.
Yeah.
And the more, like, the easier and faster it is, the more evil you can get rid of.
Uh
That sounds like really good.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Getting
like
rid
what
of
good guys
yeah,
would say.
getting rid of the maximum amount of evil is the most good that I can be.
Right. You know, hey, I understand. You and the Farron should understand each other a lot better than I think the two of you do.
Because he just like the problem is that he likes to do evil, and I like to
Right.
stop evil.
Right.
So there's a
You just are both
fundamental
willing to do it with whatever tools are at hand.
fundamental difference there.
But you two hunted so well
Yeah.
Yeah,
that day
there we go.
that you caught the criminal and his criminal cousin that was in the same building with them. You didn't even know, so you got paid double for it. So
Perfect.
you made a whole 10 gold off that bounty instead of 5.
There we go. We'll donate it to the poor.
Yeah.
That's 10 gold.
Well, the south ward of this place will get it.
Yeah.
10 gold.
10 gold is like nothing.
That's a lot. But to the south
yeah,
ward version of this place, that's a lot.
Yeah.
You just throw it in the middle of the street along with like a handful of daggers.
Just say, good luck, suckers. First come, first serve.
I mean,
No,
I just
fill it out.
quiz them about how they feel about the ward first.
And if we don't like their answer, we'll take their stuff so we can give it to somebody else.
Right. I mean, we still have to support our kingdom while we do this. We can't like turn our backs on Emelis.
I mean, we're about to go. Well, I mean, we did. Like, we just walked away from it because we had to.
I mean, we had to, but that doesn't mean we
Right.
have to like help out these Veleas punks who want to
Well, I
roll
mean,
over
they're
our
still
city.
There's still people here.
Yeah, I mean, if
like,
they're
good people.
suffering and they're not against Emelis and all that is good, then we'll help them.
Yeah, Grim doesn't worry about that. Grim will find some people who just seem like they're down on their luck, you know, just not doing well, but working hard to try and get by. He'll give them some money. Try and dole it out to 10 different households, then go get dinner.
They think you're great.
Grim is great.
Yeah.
And he'll say it's by the mercy of the Raven Queen.
They love the queen, whoever that is.
Whatever queen. Doesn't matter what queen.
Whatever you call
gold.
whatever you call the queen, we love her. Yeah, she's great. Yeah. So, gain 1 reputation in Elvis Lane.
Oh, look at that reputation meter.
Right.
Reputation meter. It used to exist somewhere. Yeah. So, you gather back, and the Farron and Wigbit have been busy researching all day. And the Farron may stumble upon figure something out. Figure something out. I don't know. We'll find out. So Farron,
Yeah.
or Wigbit, whichever one of you is more intelligent. I guess Farron have to do it because he's been doing the most. Make an intelligence roll.
Just
Since
straight
you
intelligence.
since you spent all this money, you get to add +6 to the roll.
Is it unskilled?
Yeah, it's actually just an intelligence roll,
Oh boy.
but that
21.
Plus 6.
+6, which is 21, which is
So it means you didn't figure it out, but one of the people you paid figured it out.
And brought it to you. Oh,
did a
boy.
lot of research.
Ah.
All right, so it's gonna be 22.
24. There you go. Almost to the next
24.
level.
I really wanted that 25.
I know.
I wish that there were more numbers on a D10 than just 1s, 2s, and 3s.
I know.
Yeah. So you uncover 3 pieces of lore as they relate to what you were researching. However, for whatever reason, Farron, your research sort of deviated, as it might. So, in no particular order, I'm just going to go straight down my list here. Is what you find out. I'm just going to tell everybody this because it's more fun that way. Number 1, the idea of purifying an artifact just doesn't really exist. Purify an evil artifact, you destroy it. That's how you purify it. But something that is, if it is an evil artifact, that means it is made of the essence of evil, and therefore it's not like you're going to be able to turn it to good. And you are like pretty certain you know where the staff comes from. And And if it comes from the abyss, then the abyss is made of pure evil, and so therefore, there's probably not going to be any kind of purifying this thing. Destroying it, possibly. You haven't really figured out how to destroy this particular artifact. But there's lots of legends about how you destroy any kind of artifact. If it's evil. And I'm just going to point out that the Farron told me what he said was, but the research was, I'm looking up to see how to purify an evil artifact. That's what I was told. So if you're saying this is an evil staff, then yes. There's not going to be a purification process unless you call destroying it purification. Which I think some of us would.
Yeah, sounds like it to me.
Yeah.
That's not purification. So if it's evil, then it cannot be purified. But if it's not evil, then maybe it can be.
And it is evil, so it can't be.
But if it's not evil, would it need to be purified of evil?
Well,
What are you
if
purifying
it's made out of mud, but it's covered in mud, then you can clean it, and then it's not covered in mud anymore. So if it's not made of evil, but it happens to be,
Covered in evil.
covered in evil,
It just got some evil on it.
Rolling around in the evil mud.
it's been used for a long time by a demon lord in the abyss. So maybe it's gotten
I would say it's
you know how
more.
to make onion. Like if you're cooking onions in the kitchen, then you smell like onions.
I would say it's more like rust.
Laundry.
I would say it's more like rust. It's been corroded by evil, and you're gonna go looking for the good bit of metal in the middle of it. And there's just not gonna be any. It's rusted all the
Or
way
it's
through.
like rust in that it looks really bad, but once you clean it up, then actually fine.
I'm not sure.
Something's been rusting for long enough.
Yeah.
It's rusted through.
It's just got a patina. It's got
So-
I think something gets a patina when it's only been rusted for a little while.
So I think this discussion is what happens after.
Once,
the
yeah,
Farron comes back and reports.
depending on what
we're
Farron
just-
tells us about.
Right, we're
If
just
it's
jumping
evil.
ahead here. Yeah.
Sorry.
All right.
So lore number 2 about the staff is something that I think you might have been aware of, or at least kind of been but the staff is, according to all the legends and everything, is scattered across multiple worlds. It's not just here, and it's not even just it is scattered, because that kind of ties into the third piece of lore, which is that so if the staff is the staff of Lord Franz, that it was lost sometime ages ago past, when demon lords invaded, ganged up on him, and then the staff was shattered into its 4 pieces, and they were scattered across the planes, across the worlds, across the multiverse, if you want to use that term. And so from that, his realm, which is Hollow Heart, which has been for a long time. Lord Fran, after that invasion, had been imprisoned, and so he was imprisoned. His realm, Hollow's Heart, sort of fell to both infighting by the Hollow Rajas, but then also it just sort of fell apart, because a lot of the realm was made by Lord Franz with the staff, and so so it's safe to assume that Hollow's Heart is not still fully under his control, because he doesn't have the staff. and like your lore tells you that like as long as he doesn't have the staff, like he's still a demon lord, so I mean he's still pretty damn powerful, obviously, but he's not going to be like the same figure he would be if he had the staff. And so like that's like all your research, like your research was like, these are the things I'm researching, and so far your acolytes and your research and Wigwit's research hasn't uncovered like anything related for Shar and the Vanishing here. But your research did, curiously, uncover all this lore about Lord Franz and the staff, and you're not really sure why, because like you were really determined like it was going to be about Shar, and like something just like you just sort of deviated. You don't know if you deviated, maybe, yeah. But yeah, so I mean, like so far, like and you're like, this, of course, some of the stuff is presumption, but you're pretty confident that like this is. You're pretty confident in these things, like what you're saying. So I mean, you know, Lord Franz is on Hollow's Heart, of course. You've been there, of course. You know what some of that plane involves, of course. But you also know that, like, as powerful as he is, which he is, you know that like the staff, if that's what you have in your hands, like is the piece, and like you know that he would do anything to have the completed staff back in his hands. Anything. You also know too that the legend is that he was actually imprisoned by humans on another world somewhere, and so he actually really hates humans. Like on Hollow's Heart, there are people that are there are some humanoids, but humans are either imprisoned or they are dead in some way, because he blames humans for his current troubles more than he even blames the other demon lords. That was a little extra credit that was thrown in there at the end. You probably
That was the four.
Wigwit probably helped you with that.
25, didn't I?
I think Wigbit gave you the little bonus on that one.
Yeah.
Because it was about humans, and so he's like, "Oh, I'm human."
Right? He saw the word human. He was like, "Wait,
There's no humans? Why are there no humans there? Why are they so mean to him? Why is he a jerk?"
for the notes."
So it's like the Infinity Stones, right? Like they're scattered around the universe, but then they all end up on Earth.
Yeah, of course.
So I mean, and that's like at the end of 3 days, like that's what you've uncovered so far. And like, it's not like all of a sudden, well, we put all the books up and we just go home now. It's like, if you continue researching, you have to spend more time, but there's obviously potentially more lore.
All right, what are we eating for dinner?
Ooh, we're gonna have, I don't know.
Look what I found in this. Look what I found in this book today, guys.
I think it's called writer's block.
Block of
It's
cheese.
just a book. It's a
No,
book stew.
it looks like a book. It's got, you know, a wrapping of, you know, I don't know, something leathery but edible.
Did you just like boil a shoe?
No, it's more, I don't know, what's leathery? Yeah.
Shoe.
Yeah, a shoe
This day.
leathery.
Shoot.
It has there's like little like leaves in it, leaves, you know. And
So
then
it's like a lasagna.
Yeah, kind of.
Made of leather and leaves.
And there's a little bit of ink on it.
Like,
I don't think this one is as good as you
And
did
there's
for
some-
breakfast.
there doesn't
Some beans.
seem to be much food
So, like,
in here.
The beans are like pens or quills.
What in the world?
Well, what
It was
did you
tough.
two find out today?
Yeah, so I'm assuming up to this point, yeah, you've congregated back in the room. Oh, let me go back to the map.
Does it seem like we would be on a Shar related path moving forward? Or do we still have a lot more about Franz to uncover?
I mean, that's hard to tell at this point.
We learned that Lord Franz hates humans. Really hates them.
Took you 3 days to figure out that a demon lord hates humans?
I mean, there's no humans in his realm. They're all in prison or dead.
Move the Farron back in.
Okay.
And what
The-
else?
Tell him, Farron. Hey, there's other stuff, right?
There's no reason why I should be holding 3/4 of the staff. It was scattered across all the planes after it was destroyed. And if it is evil, then there's no purifying it. But if it is just corrupted by evil, then there is a chance that we could make it into something better than it is. So finding that out would be good to do. We have a lot of research started on Shara, but it hasn't progressed very far for some reason. I think that what the Hala Raja was saying was true, though. After Lord Franz was imprisoned for a long time, indeterminately long time, after his staff was shattered. And during that time, the Hollow's heart was ruled or run. It wasn't run at all, but the Hala Raja sort of had domain there. And the whole place fell into ruin because Lord Franz wasn't there to maintain it, and there's no staff of power to control it. So the realm is fractured, and he doesn't have control over it anymore. If we could get in there, then we could leverage him. And with this staff, then he would do anything to get it.
Aaron? This is probably going to sound harsh.
It sounded harsh to everybody else.
But I understand why you are so concerned with Lord Fraz, and the staff, and your village, and your people. I understand that. I do. But your obsession with him and this staff keeps driving us away from the vanishing. And I feel like every time we believe that you're doing something that's going to help us, I feel like you're deceiving us about what you're actually doing, and that you're so intent, and I understand why you are. I really, really do. But I feel like you're pulling us along on whatever ends you have in mind for resolving your own issues with Lord Froz and your people, and it's continuously pulling us away from the vanishing, and we're gonna run out of time if we keep doing that. Does that make sense?
They can't be separate because Talona caused the disease that affected my village, and Talona was working with Shar on creating the vanishing, and Franz has those people that are cursed by Talona's disease, and they're not exclusive.
I just feel like we're always working towards different purposes. You understand what I'm...
I understand what you're saying, yes. And I'm not trying to give up everything to save my village. I know that that's not the best goal, and that's not what the village wants even. They wanted me to stand up against Lord Franz rather than doing his bidding, and so I'm not doing his bidding anymore. I'm not trying to get him the staff, but
you are.
What if we could use him to end the vanishing? I'm not trying to get him the staff.
Would he end the vanishing if you did not give him the staff?
If he ended the vanishing and then we were able to use the staff to imprison him again. I don't understand why they didn't do that before. Like when they imprisoned him.
Sounds like he has no power, real power in his realm without the staff. So what could he do without it? That could affect our world.
He is powerful. He is a greater demon lord. He is powerful in his own right. He doesn't have the power to shape reality in his plane without the staff.
And how could he shape ours?
He wouldn't need to. He'd only need to defeat Shar. He can face Shar in a way that we cannot.
I thought we had moved on from that. I thought we were ready to take the fight to Shar. End this thing. I thought we had figured on dealing with Lord Froz later.
Yeah, but then we found out how much of the staff we have. Like, we're this close to...
But we don't even know. Like, we don't even know that the staff is going to do anything for us. We don't know what to do with it. We don't even know if he's going to... Like, if he has the power to do anything, or if he will, or if we can even compel him to in any way. We don't know any of that. And so if we do that, if that is the path that we say we're going to take to end the vanishing, we're doing it without even knowing if it will work. And we're putting all of our efforts towards something that we have no way to know if it'll work or not. And yeah, you might be able to say the same thing about Shar. But at least if we try Shar, we know we're going directly to the source. We're going to directly to the thing that is causing this vanishing. Her minions are out in the world making this happen. And if we fail at doing that, I don't know, that just seems like a better failure to me if we're going to fail.
I'd rather fail doing something good than doing something bad.
We could imprison Lord Franz, that would be good.
Isn't he already imprisoned?
If we could imprison Lord Franz after he defeated Shar and ended the vanishing, that would be better.
But we don't know that he is going to do that, or that he can do that even.
His Maladius is in the world freely, and that shows that his power is growing.
Okay. So his power's growing. He's not causing the vanishing still.
He's not. I know what you're saying is right, but I just
Snap out of it, man. Just
I'll try. I can. How many days does it feel like it would take to get a real honest hard run after Shar knowledge? Run in 24 hours, 3 more.
I mean, you feel like the cycle you're on is like essentially you're getting like you're doing like half a week. So by the end of the week, you could have more information pertaining to what you're specifically looking for, as long as nothing else interferes.
Zero chance.
If I assigned all my acolytes to a single purpose of running down leads on Shar, would you help me? Would you help me stay focused?
We afford to do that?
I thought we were going to see Ephesus. I told him we'd be there tonight. What did he say, Johnny? He said his time was short.
And I feel like we'll need to depart soon, which means we will soon have to try. But this is dangerous.
Yeah. So
Try having
Try
this
what?
having the statue out in the world.
well, he has it out in the world, I think, but
He's not still hiding.
well, he's hiding, but he's hiding in the world, not,
Not in his mansion.
right, not in the world.
I mean, the
Very well.
statue will be on the move.
I think he's been keeping it that way.
And try what?
I think something drastic. I don't know what he has in mind exactly, but it could be the same thing you're thinking.
So we need to get to him.
I think we do.
Would your acolytes be able to?
Don't worry about it.
They're okay. Either
I'm just, yeah. Graham's gonna turn around and shoot all y'all in a minute, but it's okay.
Okay.
Just keep talking. Yeah.
would they be able to either bring resources and come with us, or keep working and report to us in some way? I mean, I understand that. I mean, information is good, and if we can find information, then that's great. But I don't know that we can sit and wait with them any longer.
John, didn't you say something about a book and writing your name in it?
This is something that I could do one day. That would be useful now, though. Yeah, my book, and he pulls out this book that you guys haven't really ever noticed before. It's leather bound. It says in this book,
Does it look like our dinner?
no.
Our dinner's leather bound.
Yeah, the digestion is just
This
taking a long time.
this book has been with me since Franz took my village, and I try and destroy it or throw it away, and it's just back again in my backpack. There's no separating it from me, but I think that there is a way to wield it that I don't understand yet. But that would allow me to speak with the acolytes, yes.
This book.
Yeah.
You think they can keep working while we do what we need to do, and then
I think that if we continue to pay them, they'll continue to work.
how much will it take to keep them working for the rest of the week?
Probably another 60 platinum.
So just in gaming terms, just so you know, the platinum number or the that adds to your plus to roll for the lore check. The initial 50 that you gave, like, essentially cover them for the whole week.
Oh,
Okay.
So you don't have to actually pay them anymore. Now, if you want to add more to the lore, then it costs money to do that. So I'm just throwing that out there. Do whatever you want to with that.
I'd give them a little bit for, encouragement.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, how much you want?
Add to the lore, like add to the roll.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
60.
All right. Hey, whatever keeps them working.
That's right. The 20 platinum per library that I'm buying.
Yeah, just put my name on all these libraries, please.
Yeah.
Is that a reasonable way forward, Farron?
I think that's yes. I'll need a couple of hours to go and speak to everybody. And make sure that we understand that the purpose now is Shar
Good.
exclusively. And any ties to, because Shar and Talona did collaborate to create this before Talona backed out of it, right? That was our understanding. Oh, right, Rowan was dead.
Yeah. Sounds reasonable to me.
So if that's the case, then we need to know about Talona's magical diseases. We need to know about Shar. We need to know about Shar's sense of power.
In the middle of what you're saying, Graham turns from the window and starts walking out the room and says, "I'm going to get a drink."
Okay, you'll meet us at the
And he closes the
teleportation
door.
circle. I hope he
And he closes it kind of hard.
gets there.
I mean, it's just downstairs, right? There's drinks in this
I
place.
mean,
Yeah. There are.
This time it's
Yeah.
not my fault.
now we find out Farron was poking him with the staff last night while he was sleeping. We'll see what
Everyone's
happens.
sitting there.
That was about, but yeah, I mean, if you can keep them working to those ends, then hopefully they'll find something useful.
I hope so. And I'm not trying to thwart you. I'm trying to help.
I know I'm sure it's hard to move beyond your issues with Lord Frost, but we just have to be careful that we don't let that take us too far from what we really need to do. And if Lord Frost isn't part of that, then I will do whatever I can to help you with him afterwards, but the survival of this world has to happen first. And if that eventually leads us to him, then
It will.
if that's the way to do it, then we'll do it.
It will lead us to him. Everything leads back to him.
That might be the case. We'll see.
This is going to be the quickest sanity check since we started, and we spent a week walking or something.
Yeah. Oh, man. If you need to go to the libraries and speak with your acolytes, I suppose we'll make ready to go and make sure that whoever's getting us out of here is prepared, and then as soon as you're ready, we'll go meet Ephesus.
Okay. And the Farron
Going to
hurries away.
Going to the library.
Yep. It'd be easier to just fly there.
Yeah. Oh, Wigbit. We get a drink?
Yeah, because you know
Sounds
who's
good.
not at the bar right now?
Yeah. Oh boy. If I get a huh?
Pack up my cook set.
Oh yeah.
Gotta make sure I'm ready to go.
Gotta bring those. Get the
Don't leave
recipe. Yeah.
Don't leave it behind.
Get the recipe box tucked in there.
That's right.
The ever growing recipe box.
Wigbit's chuck wagon.
Are we, man? Are we? Yeah, I don't know what's gonna be going on downstairs when we get down there. If Grimm's like, I don't know if I want Grimm to be there or not be there. I feel like if he's there, it might not be great. But if he's gone, I
Do
don't
we
know
have
if
any idea what prompted this?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't think so.
No, we don't know anything.
He was just like staring out the window, and then slam the door. So that's good. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's nothing bad could be going on, right?
No, he's a good guy.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, we're all good guys here.
Yep. And he usually just like gets mad and storms off.
Ever. Yeah, that's happened ever.
Does that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. This is going on for quite a while.
Yes, it is.
The longer it goes on, the less
How nervous you get.
Yeah. Man. Also, yeah, I don't know what to make of Ephesus either.
Yeah, I don't know what he's up
Yeah,
to.
like, but does he sound like he's? I don't know. Can you tell? Like, does he sound like he's his normal self? The things you're saying that he said.
Seems super concerned, but he's definitely withholding information.
That's not like him, really.
The door opens.
Probably like 45 seconds later.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll call
That's
it.
all.
We'll call it a minute by the time it took you to walk down.
That's
and
where we're
then-
about
yeah.
to go. Yeah.
It was like a
You know,
minute
he'll
later.
half close it behind him as he steps in. We have a visitor. Rowan, try not to cut his face off. And then Graham will step in and open the door.
And so the door opens, and for a moment, Grim, you don't see your visitor come in view of the door. But you all hear a distinctive, like it's like a thud, like a. And you hear like a sort of like almost like a squeak of metal, like metal, like and then after another moment, you see this figure appear. I'll blow him up a little bit. So he's a half elf with blonde hair. He's got a black streak in his hair. He's wearing black and red, flowing cloak. He's got a red amulet on at, around his neck. And he steps around the corner, but he's actually not looking at y'all for a minute. He's looking back at down the hallway, and he kind of nods his head, and then he looks back in, and then when he turns and faces you, you all recognize him. It takes you a minute because it's been a little while, but you recognize a Vault of Vecna standing in your doorway. This is Kafra Siltathan, who was the head of the Vecna cult. And again, y'all have had some, but you were all there when the faction fighting started. You've been through some time since that point, but you all had your memories restored. And again, it takes you a minute to place who he is. But he's standing there and he's looking at you. Yes, the collectors. What interesting places we find people these days. May I come in?
Yeah. What brings you here?
I hope the same thing that has you here. Although, as I said, this is not quite where I expected to find you.
You were looking for us?
Oh, only recently. And as he steps in, you'll hear that sound of metal on metal, and you see the bigger shield guardian kind of step in behind the door, and then he's just standing there.
These guys as I was heading out.
You hadn't left.
Yeah, Farron was leaving to go talk to his acolytes.
Yeah, I hadn't left yet.
As we were
Sorry,
having
this happened before you left.
Okay.
I didn't realize you. I didn't see you.
Yeah, because it would have been within less than a minute from when Graham left.
Sorry. Yeah, you were just about to leave.
Because Graham did not get far.
Yeah, Grim only got to the stairs. I mean, he didn't even make it off the level. So, I'm assuming I'm here for the same reason you are. So, as I said, this is not the place I expected to find you.
Where did you expect to find us?
Well, I hoped wherever the vanishing was and destroying it, as I believe that was your task.
We're working on it.
Is that why you are here? To destroy the vanishing?
It's a common interest. It's always been.
And how
That's
are
why
you seeking to do so?
How are you what? I'm sorry.
How are you seeking to do so?
Well, I think I may have uncovered a few things in my, well, let's just say I've had a lot of time by myself recently.
You're welcome.
It's always time to build a new organ, but not yet.
So you have done, and Grim will glance back at the Farron and then glance back at him and say, research on the Shar.
Burn.
It's meant to be a burn.
I don't know if I've done research so much as I've been blessed with knowledge. Is our way, of course.
Did you come here to share knowledge, or just tell us that you have it?
No, it depends. Are you willing to share what you have uncovered after so many weeks? I think the we all have a common enemy here. Our means may not be the same, but our ends are.
What would you like to know?
Well, how close are you to ending the vanishing? What have you discovered about it? Is the prophecy true?
Oh, it's true.
Like,
We think most of
Almost.
its words have been fulfilled. So if that prophecy is leading to something, then it's nearly there.
The tiger laughs was a Rakshasa, a Raja.
He still lives. He is in the prophecy.
He is
And
in the
you?
prophecy.
we have provided a bit. Perhaps we exchange back and forth.
That's fair. Well, I suppose I'll share the. I'm scrolling to it. Hang on.
He's literally scrolling through.
Yeah, it's like
There's like,
Giant
I got
roll.
notes here somewhere.
Look at you not having your notes incinerated by
Just
a
gotta pick up a notepad.
beholder.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
There's that prophecy that that you carry. It seems like it's a prophecy that's been around for a long time, but our people only came about it, I'll say, 2 decades in the past. We found that was sometimes in our quest for knowledge, we do things we're not necessarily proud of.
He says,
But we
proudly.
found,
He says proudly.
Yeah, you incited that. You probably didn't really detect a whole lot of shame in what you just said. It says, but there was a certain, shall we say, I don't know, visionary, foreteller on an island, and they had the vision of that I'm sure you're well versed in the prophecy by now. And we took that from this visionary, and after we were done there, and by we, of course, I don't mean me specifically. I mean my people. Try not to engage in the baser things in life, but after they had carried out, the things that they do. They took this book, which they believed to have some meaning. It was certainly a piece of lost knowledge, as in nobody knew about it, and it was unique. But as these things happen, our people were betrayed by one of our own, who had been deceived by a demonic power, as it would be.
Braz.
Ah, yes. And so Braz or Blue, such a terribly clunky name, don't you think? I really hate typing it. But anyway, Braz or Blue, apparently he's always looking for this staff of power, and he believed that this book contained something. So anyway, this we were deceived by one of our own and betrayed. And well, that particular forget the word underneath organ, but whatever that word in the hierarchy for them is. Well, they were all slain, and the book was taken. But then it was returned, and that's how it came back to us. I believe that Lord Franz had determined that this was no longer in his interest, that it didn't lead to his staff of power, and therefore it made its way back to us, which is how you found it. Might be a few more pieces to the story, but I've revealed a little in return.
Well, we do know that there's a particular item involved with this. Not the staff, another item that's involved with the vanishing, and there are several different forces seeking it, and its presence in the world is helping to keep the vanishing at bay. One of the things we are doing as we continue forward is trying to protect that item. But we don't quite know completely how it's related yet. We know it's related, we know it has some power, we know it's a force of good in this world. And yet there's a reason that those who would wish to make the vanishing permanent are seeking it. We don't know if they need to use it, destroy it, get something out of it. I'm not sure. But that's one of the most concrete pieces of information that we have.
A statue, I take it.
Yes, it is a statue.
Ah, yes. The dragon head statue, I assume.
It's the one.
But not a prism.
We don't. Well, the statue itself is not a prism. We don't know if it houses a prism or. It's related somehow.
What else have you found?
Well, technically, I kind of already knew that. I don't know if that's really, but
You knew all of that?
well, I mean, it made sense about the dragon head statue. I mean, it is mentioned in the prophecy.
I mean,
Now, why a dragon head statue? I don't know.
But now
That-
you also know that we have it.
Seems hardly relevant. You have it.
also, for being fair, it also makes sense that, I mean, nothing you've told us already gets us further towards ending the vanishing, as you understand.
Huh. I mean,
But we did share
Does-
something that no one outside of this group has heard.
So back to you.
is history not important?
It is.
Not as important as
It's
our
interesting.
future. If we are
What'd you
dead,
say?
if we are dead, our history will mean nothing.
Oh.
If all are dead, history means nothing.
If
No.
we cannot remember any longer, then history means nothing, even if we live.
So,
And
what
well,
else do you have to share
That's fair.
before we return back to us?
So you have the statue?
yes, it is ours to protect as we understand it.
What do you So you're protecting the statue.
For now.
But you're not actually.
You haven't figured out quite what to do with it yet. Aside from make sure that it stays in this world.
May I see it?
No.
His hands are up. I mean no harm. I will not touch it.
Nor do I. I'm still waiting for your next piece of information. Question is not information for me.
Oh. Depends on what can be exchanged. Just want a glimpse.
Exchange first. What else do you have?
I have a vision, as I often do. And therefore, I'd like to see the statue to see if it matches the vision. It could be of use to you.
I'll flip through some pages and show him a picture.
Like the little Etch-a-Sketch picture that you made.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly what it looks like.
It's a nice sketch, but
Is it like your vision?
no, it's not.
You'll need to see the real thing, but I don't know how to facilitate that. Wait,
have I
I'm
kept?
going to use the staff. Can I project an image of the statue into his mind?
Maybe just start into the room? Like an illusion?
Right into the mind.
Instead of a psychic attack?
Yeah.
But you do what the staff tells you. I understand.
That's not how the staff works.
All right.
No, you can't do that.
I say I'm gonna get ready to do something if that's happening.
Have I not been true to my word since you first met me? I told you about the trial of Vecna. I warned you about its dangers. When it was over and you had passed, I gave you the book. Kogar, I allowed you to go with them. I understand that's not actually the right word. But you understand I took you in.
Mm.
And I come here with all true intent.
Well, then why don't you tell us?
My fight is your fight.
Then why don't
As
you
you
tell us
said.
the truth of your vision?
And as you said, the exchange of information is fair. Piece for piece.
And if I see the statue, then I'll be happy to
We don't
relate to
have
you.
the statue with us.
This inn would not be a safe place to keep it.
A friend of ours is keeping it safe.
So we meet up with him again this evening.
Now you owe us two.
Ravi?
Yes.
Was that his name? No, wait, he died.
Twice.
Oh,
Rowan.
And you will not speak so casually of his death.
Is that to me?
No, did this guy?
Yeah.
I meant no disrespect. I was just trying to recall your companions to see who you had left this with. I'm sure his death was very hard. Death is a very hard thing. But again, I'll reveal what I have to say before I can see it. I have no guarantee because technically you told me that you had it and now you just told me you didn't have it. So
We have it. It is just not with us. Us extends beyond the four in this room.
fair. So would you mind taking me to your friend?
I conjure an image of the dragon-headed statue as an illusion.
Using
magics.
you have a conjure illusion spell?
I have minor illusion as a cantrip.
Minor illusion.
Yeah. This is
Didn't have to go
exactly
straight
what
to
it
the
looks
staff.
like.
He did not. He's got a whole book of spells.
You
I got
actually-
Yeah, I mean, why
a
look
whole
at
bunch of spells just
why
in
look
there.
at those when you have a staff, really? But
right, because then you could put it directly inside of his head.
yeah,
It's all about efficiency.
Exactly. Yeah. He was just trying to help him have more visions.
Yeah, I mean, he said he likes visions. I don't know that it would be safe for you to travel with us to where the statue is, but this is an image of the statue.
Looks just like my picture.
It looks nothing like your picture.
it's way more 3D.
I mean, right. That's all.
Yeah.
There's a dragon and it's a statue. That's exactly.
Well,
the
this one you
same.
can like walk around it. And...
It's a diorama.
And he cocks his head at it and he's looking at it. That's fair. Then yes, that is in fact the vision that I had.
Which you're going to tell us about now. Yes?
You have such a way with words, Rowan.
I don't like wasting time in idle conversation.
Old Rowan loved wasting time, and
Look, that's when like life was about like hanging out in the tavern, walking in the woods, like just doing whatever.
He even says something like, "Yeah, I remember us having a pretty long conversation last time we met."
Things were different.
Rowan's not as patient. Rowan, be patient.
We need
And I was with your dead companions, but so I mean, your friend that has this, a powerful friend, I would hope.
Yes.
Very.
So my vision of that is that that was glowing, I guess is the right word. And the light seemed to come from within it.
Like
And-
prism?
Like light radiating from within.
What color was it?
Yeah, that's the part that's had me interested, which is why I was looking for you. It did match the words. The blue, the bronze. Well, you know the rest. But I did not see a prism. I just saw a light radiating from within. These are not visions that necessarily come to me of a... I just don't have visions all the time. So, I believe that my Lord of Secrets, the Lord of Secrets, is that his name? I can't remember. Lord of Secrets was sending me to, come find you. Well, at least find it, but I figured if I could find the collectors, I could find it. And considering that you are all still blessed by my Lord, it wasn't quite so difficult to find you.
That's
So see?
interesting.
We have a common enemy here, and I'm not it.
What do you know of Telona?
I'm goddess of disease and poison. In some circles, she's known as a sort of a lesser deity that in some ways corroborates with Shar.
She collaborated with Char on developing the vanishing.
There we have it.
We met her. This is what she told us. Or rather, they met. He would actually say they met her. That is what she told them.
She told them you what?
She helped to create the vanishing with Shar.
But she does not, she wants to naturalize the vanishing to make it a disease rather than a magical affliction.
Something that could be cured, not kill everyone.
She's also the one that created the disease that harmed my village.
That seems like a conflict of interest. Suppose not. What is so? Does she have a role in any of this from this point forward? Since we're not interested in history here.
Unclear, but maybe her hand in this would give some insight into vulnerability of the vanishing.
Oh.
When you saw the prism, what was causing it?
What was causing
The light. Where was it? Who was there?
it was only the he points to where the statue was. The statue with the light, the glowing clearly from within. Otherwise it was a dark canvas. And
I conjure the image of it again and have light emitting from between the scales. Like this?
I mean, not exactly, but I mean, it's better than his sketch. No offense.
Little.
So, this dragon head statue is clearly as important as all of us think it is. Seems like it's maybe even more important than that.
Indeed. How it helps us to stop the vanishing is yet unclear.
Then it probably should not be. Well, I don't want to question your friend. I'm sure he's powerful. I'm sure you wouldn't have left it with just anybody.
We're about to return to it and ensure that it's not taken by the enemy.
Of which there are many.
There are.
Yes.
So, and you said Franz has had this book for some time?
Yes.
The book isn't part of the staff, is it?
No. Well, I mean, I don't. The book was leading to information about the staff, so I don't think the book was the staff. Well, at least that was the theory when it was taken from our people.
Is the head part of the statue part of the staff? Is that the part that they were interested in, or is it something else? You know why they're tied up in this prophecy? The demon lords and
Oh,
tiger?
Well, no, except for the battle axe is a symbol of Lord. Lord. Why do you keep calling him Lord?
That's what.
Lord Franz or Blue.
That's not his name.
Wait, why do you call him Lord? He's a demon. Is he your lord?
He is not mine.
Kafra feigns like shock.
Farron, you said his name was Lord Franz.
Yeah. He is Lord.
No. Oh, gosh. His name is just Franz? He's not a lord?
His name is Franz or Blue.
Franz or Blue.
Yeah, it's a
Lord
weird
Franz
name.
or Blue.
And he's considered a demon lord, of which there are many.
Call him Lord the whole. I'm gonna get
Well-
a nickname.
Anyway, Franz or Blue's the battle axe is a symbol of his demonic cult. So obviously that's somehow tied into this in the prophecy. As
He has a demonic cult.
well, he's a demon and all. Anybody?
What's their name? That's
The Hollow Raja are part of it.
what is that? Rowan, is that your family?
No, they're in the Shar cult.
Oh, right.
What?
Yeah,
Let's family in the Star cult?
Let's just air out everyone's
Yeah,
dirty
like-
laundry.
Star cult?
Hang
Lord
on.
Franz?
Let's chill with the.
We're the good
And this
guys.
time he doesn't feign shock. He actually takes a step back.
Bumps into the shield guardian.
uh,
Sweet. Did you know about this cult, Farron?
I'm sure that I've mentioned it. The Hollow Raja?
Well, that's the tiger.
The
The
tiger
tiger.
is part of the Hollow Raja.
I thought that was his name. Why is everything the if it's multiple things? How many Farrons are there?
there's only one bear.
All those that follow Lord Franz are the Farron. They're all.
The Hollow Raja? Or all the ones that are the Farron?
Farron Yulsor means tainted by the abyss.
So there's more of you?
I mean, they all are, aren't they?
You're
But I don't have to continue to be.
So you are a Farron.
Yes, but I'm the one that was tainted in the forest.
What's your name? I guess we did hear his name once, didn't we? Did the Rakshasa tell? Somebody said it.
Molly Diaz said it.
Molly Diaz.
I think. Did he?
I don't know. I think he still called him Farron Droston Raw.
Baron
whatever.
Jolsor. I think that. Yeah, I don't think he
Jolsor.
actually. I don't know if he said
Right.
the true name. I
don't think we ever
although I do
heard-
feel like it came out at one point, but I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, the only character that has heard it is
Dead.
dead.
Vale.
Yeah, Vale.
Okay.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yep.
No. Anybody that hears his name dies.
Don't tell it to me. I don't want to know it.
We're just putting a whole bunch of things in Rowan's con column over here, and everything we say just is like.
It's like, oh, this is worse. This
Yeah,
is
look,
worse.
his real name is cursed. Okay, he's tainted by the abyss. Got it.
Yeah. His mercy murder gauge is filling up.
Anybody who knows his true name is dead. Yep.
So the battle axe is the symbol of Franz Blue.
Bronze or blue.
Franz, I'm calling him Blue. I used to know Blue.
Ross Blue.
Lord Franz.
Is he blue?
He's like grayish red.
Then why do they call him Blue?
They don't. You just said that. Nobody else said that.
This poor guy.
You can't
Franz,
just
like her blue, right? He's the blue
Herb.
Franz.
blue.
Oh, wait, his name is Lou.
Herb
Herb.
Blue.
Or
Lou. Just call him Lou.
Ross or Blue.
Herb Blue. I thought it was the color blue.
Anyway,
All right. So the battle axe is his
Symbol.
cult.
Yes.
Yes.
As was that the woman we hunted down. Was she not the battle axe?
Minori.
Yeah, hadn't we identified her as the battle
Oh,
axe?
Minori. Yes.
Yeah, I thought that's who it was. Yeah, I thought it was just the person. I didn't think it was like, yeah, a cult. I mean, I have a battle axe. I don't use it anymore, but I have one. I
But
made it.
Minori was. She was the symbol of the battle axe.
But there's like more of them. More of all of them. There's more tigers. There's more Farons.
Yes.
Oh, Biddles.
So we have Shar and Razor Blue, and also Tolona.
Yes.
Are there any other deities that are higher beings that are involved in this?
Not as many as should be.
He met the Guardians. A
None
couple of
of
them.
the good. There's none on the good side. Unless Rowan has something to add.
No, he is just counting on us to do what we need to do. He doesn't intend
The
on
Raven
direct
Queen.
involvement.
The Raven Queen is too busy.
Is it possible that they just don't know what to do?
Well, if that is the case, what hope do we have?
Makes me feel better though.
Yes.
The gods don't know, then I don't have to feel so bad for not knowing.
This is something that is very true. This is something put out by a deity, powerful deity in her own right. I mean, there are means for, I would assume, keeping things hidden from other deities. Someone I respect very much has made a career out of doing that, you should say. So I would doubt that if this were something that were affecting the world as it appears to be, that the deities of this world would just sit idly by. At
Some of
least
them,
I know mine not.
some of them prefer to act through us rather than taking a direct hand in it. and rely on our advantage of being here and having first-hand knowledge. Not that it's done us a ton of good so far. Or,
Sounds
but at least we understand more than we did. I will say that.
So
sounds like you have found a lot of things, and you have uncovered a lot of knowledge.
We have.
we have. Do you think that Lord Franz's staff is evil, or made of evil? Or do you think it has just been around evil and been used to do evil for so long that it would seem like it were made of evil?
Are you referencing the legendary staff? As in
Yeah.
the one that's in the legends. That's why it's legendary. That's
Yeah, Lord Franz's staff.
Yeah, like if it were somehow, found.
the one that was broken and scattered across the plains.
Yeah, if they could have destroyed it, they would have, right?
Right. Well, it's an artifact, obviously. So
An evil artifact.
I
Is it made of evil, or has it just been used to do bad things for so long that it would seem that way?
Because I'm just, because I'm just asking everybody just to get some opinions. I'm just doing a kind of informal poll.
Doing a Google search.
Because I'm just
I'm just
curious.
doing a Google search. That's the research that I like to do.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ask a bunch of people.
I mean, this guy,
Well, yeah,
I mean, he knows a lot
yeah.
of stuff, so maybe we'll see.
evil's relative. I mean, I would say anything that comes from the abyss is certainly at the very least tainted with that evil.
That's fine.
Did Froz not make this stuff?
Oh, that's beyond my knowledge.
That is a subject of debate, but I don't believe so.
Otherwise, you just make another.
Right.
When I broke an
Yeah,
axe, I made a new one.
Like if he made it once, he could make it again, but I don't
Right.
think he
You
did.
usually make it better the
He
second
had
time.
it.
But if he made a staff and imbued it with evil, wouldn't he just make another staff and imbue that one?
Right. That's why I don't think that he made it.
Well, unless it is made with something so rare.
He's had time.
I don't know that the assumption that he is unable to do it.
Why the curiosity about the staff?
You had mentioned it.
Only as part of the story that they I mean, you sound like you know very well that Lord Franz is always looking for his staff.
Yes.
That was only a small piece of the story, some 2 decades in the past.
We've just heard it come up elsewhere.
Interesting.
Wondering if it could be related somehow.
The statue. What everybody seemed to be looking for.
The statue is a powerful force for good, so if the staff were in it, then that would mean that not all of the staff is made of, or that the staff isn't necessarily made of evil, and maybe that's what happens if the staff is purified.
Like, look, this staff's probably just not evil, right? Like, right? This can't be evil.
All right. Any straw.
Oh, do I do this? Not too well, but I'm gonna roll it anyway.
Insight.
I rolled a 16. He's trying to read you like. You want to like make a bluff check Because he's trying to figure out why you keep talking about this staff.
If he wants to try and figure it out. Oh.
All right. Yeah, he's very curious though. Like y'all keep every time y'all talk, he's listening. He's not just. I mean, he actually is intent on listening to what you're saying.
But you're right. We digress. Shar, though. Do we have too many enemies and our enemies are too powerful?
They are.
We have an exarch of Shar in the world.
That's the half elf.
That's the half elf, yeah.
The vengeful one.
The angry, vengeful half elf.
Yeah, I'll
Perhaps,
glance at Ron.
His name is Vashnis.
Uh-huh.
The Maladius of Lord Franz or Blue is in the world.
Why?
Why is it in the world?
Yes.
To torment me?
He's the tiger. He wants the staff for Franz.
The tiger is not the Maladius. The tiger is a Hollow Raja.
Oh, all right. You're talking about the guy who eats his arm.
Yes.
Yeah. We haven't seen him in a long time. Like
3 days.
Like 3 whole days.
And I was like a guest appear. He didn't even like stick around.
4 days.
4 days.
4 days by now.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
we've been
It was
researching
just a
for like
guest
9
appearance.
days.
I mean, we saw him like twice within like 3 days.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he just left. No, the tiger. He's the one that actually talks to us and wants the staff for his Lord Franz.
He's doing Froz's bidding.
He wanted us to try and give this.
He wanted to take us to. He wanted to take us to Froz for some kind of audience.
He wanted us to bargain with him to get him to stop the vanishing, but he was lying a bit.
We were about to step into the abyss. And
Bargain with the demon lord?
Yes, he claims that Froz has the power to end the vanishing for some reason, and would be willing to listen us, I don't know, beg for him to do it, but decided that was not our best course of action. We're making our way to Shar's agents as quickly as we can.
That seems wise.
Not to step into the abyss.
Unless you, well, I mean, stepping into the abyss is one thing. Heading to the abyss with the intention of negotiating with a demon lord seems like something else entirely.
Mm-hmm. Especially one intent on deceiving.
Correct. And what could you possibly have that Lord Froz would want?
I don't know. Perhaps he thought we'd give up the statue or something.
He hates humans.
Well, you all seem pretty safe then.
Wicket first finally realizes that we're not all humans around him. Wait a minute, that's why they look like that.
Like,
Huh. I always thought Rowan's ears were a little pointy. And that was weird. No, Wigbit's a frog man.
I know Wigwit's a human, but
No one else does.
That's right. You could probably get by in the abyss.
think about it.
Well, I mean, if it's all the same to you, it seems like you need allies.
We do.
But everyone who wishes to be our ally follows evil gods. What does this say?
So we all have a common enemy.
Hmm.
And evil is relative.
Some maybe.
It's relative to good, if nothing else.
How do you look at it?
I would say if you feel ends justify means, you are probably in the point of evil.
And yet, you are questioning me, but not the one who speaks of Lord Frazar Blue.
We have questioned
question
him
him frequently.
And yet he continues to be your traveling companion.
For now.
So then, therefore, you won't mind me and my big friend also accompanying you.
I'm not sure that follows exactly. We'd have to discuss ourselves.
Do you know more to help? Like what to do?
I'm sure of. So, have you had the prophecy out in here?
Yes. Oh yeah, yeah. And I've been making notes.
As well, I'm sure of.
My pictures are in the margins.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the pictures. Yeah. I'm sure that if you and I took what we know about the book, and like he's looking at the book, but he's not actually looking at Wigbit. He's looking at Roland. Because he's not believing that the guy who draws pictures in the book is actually the scholar in the group. Look, we put our heads together over what we know. Maybe there's some pieces that we've cross-reference and figure out that haven't come to light yet.
Now that is an interesting idea.
I trust it more than I trust the cat.
Yes.
Cat?
The Raja.
Tiger.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
When you say Hollow Raja and Tiger, what is it? What is a Hollow Raja?
The Hollow Raja are the corrupted Rakshasa that exists in Hollow's heart after the imprisonment of Lord Franz. They existed and didn't exactly come to power, but certainly did congregate in that space in his absence.
And one killed the king of Emilis in order to sow chaos for Fraz.
You have made powerful enemies. A
Speaks well of
Rakshasa.
us.
He always runs away whenever we see him.
We've been very close to killing him on occasion. And yet, he escapes.
You know how to stop that?
I'm looking at my spell list now.
Don't worry about it. We got another wizard.
If you do, you're in.
We got a wizard who's better than you.
No,
Yeah, we
wizard.
do. We have a wizard.
As well. I will go find a room while you talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
Feel free to do whatever you wish, and you can find us. Give us 2 hours, and you can find us at blah 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 teleportation place, and we'll let you know if we're we'll be bringing you along or not. We have a few things to attend to before we leave.
Of course. Then I hope we meet again. And we are able to see to our common enemy.
Don't be late.
And you will see that evil is a very relative thing. And he turns around and he lumbers away and he steps out. He even closes the door. Did y'all lose Mike too? Or is that just me?
I got him.
Oh, you don't have
Damn.
Mike?
Lost Mike.
Uh-oh.
Johnny and Mike, did you lose each other?
Oh, I'm here.
Did Mike
do you
lose
see-
me?
Do you see Johnny?
No.
Oh.
Oh, you guys got a refresh.
Weird.
Oh.
Let me see.
We're all gonna have to refresh.
No.
I can see everybody.
Okay, there he is. All right, quick.
There we go.
Easy.
So well, you hear lumbering away for like what's a few steps, and then you hear it stop.
Yeah.
And then from there it's you don't hear anything else.
They're doing the old trick. Oh, my footsteps are getting quieter.
We're not here anymore.
Yeah.
We'll just go
We're
down.
just gonna go. Yeah.
They got the glass up against the door right now.
Well, guess we have something to discuss, but Farron also has to speak with his acolytes before we leave, and we need to be on our way soon.
We do. I'll be away. I'll be back in an hour or two. I'll just distribute funds and instructions.
Well, if it is two, then meet us at teleportation place.
Yeah, that place we keep telling everyone to meet
All
us
right,
at.
teleportal.
Yep, the teleportation
teleportal.
station.
Guess I'll have a name for it next time.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out for you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We got it. It's the teleportal.
The teleportal. Yeah.
After the Farron steps out, Grim will turn to the other two. Why is it that why evil desires to walk with us?
Perhaps they see an opportunity in the wake of all of this. Gain something.
He's right, though. It is very relative.
Agreed.
I like this a
Vecna
lot
is not
better
so
than
bad. Sorry, go ahead.
I like this a lot better than bargaining with the Rakshasa and Franz.
Agreed. Vecna is even better than Shar right now.
Just have to be wary of using that as a rationale for what they do.
As the Farron has been doing.
Exactly.
He is not evil. But that staff seems to be pushing him.
That staff, and I don't know if there's something else that has strange power over him. The book, some remnant of Froz. Something.
That's it. He's resisting the.
Something drives him towards that purpose. Blinds him to other things.
Well, for now it is what it is.
So are we
We'll just have
bringing?
to accept.
We bringing them with us to Amalus? Meet Ephesus?
I mean, between us all, I think we could destroy him, so.
Had to.
But in the time in which I was working with him, he is more or less trustable. He tends to be of his word. At least as far as I know.
Remind me, you working with him?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
where
you
we,
guys-
That's where we found Graham.
Yeah, you found Graham in the Vecna Temple.
I can't remember exactly that.
Yeah,
Where'd
You didn't
what-
ask a lot of questions.
War.
no.
I don't think at the time Grim knew. Well, that's not true. I guess Grim knew how he got there. He didn't know
Yeah.
before that. That's right. Okay.
Right.
And
But
then
yeah, I don't know if there were a lot of questions asked.
no, I think
There were not a lot of questions
it was
asked.
basically
So I'll
like,
ask-
hey, you want to come with us instead of doing whatever you're doing here? Yeah, okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll ask a couple questions now.
Now that the door's been opened.
I mean, you're a scholar. You have to learn things.
Right. Right.
Just figured I'd ask Farron his name. Today, so might as well. So, you worked with him?
When I was vanished, as you say, I found myself at the temple. And for worse, I will not say for better or worse, for worse, they took me in and took advantage of me not remembering things. That is why he calls me Hogar. His bad term.
I forgot it was bad.
Yeah, yeah. I even have in there like a derogatory term.
So,
No, he wouldn't have insulted you then, so he wouldn't have called you that.
Oh, okay, never mind. And he won't say that.
No, well, I mean that's I guess what he called you at one point, but when he met
Right.
you tonight,
He would
Like-
not have called me that.
right.
So
I'm
Graham
sorry,
wouldn't
I
have
thought
brought it up.
how long did you work with him?
A month? I think it was like a month. It was maybe a few weeks before you all came. At least as far as I remember.
I can't believe I never asked you that.
Never came up. We were too busy hunting.
Yeah, those were good times.
No, I had tried to find them at first to try and help my tribe. And it seems I did find them, but only after I was vanished.
Try and help your tribe from the vanishing.
Ah,
I brought you to the swamp.
mm, sort of. It got me to that place in the mountains, wherever their temple was. But so yes, we bring him.
I think we do. I'm really curious to see what he has to say about this prophecy. Got anything
And
helpful?
at least when he does research, it will be about Shar.
It's true.
Sounds like he's already done the research.
Just need to be careful bringing him near the statue, just in case. And we'll need to see if we take him any further than where we're going tonight. Just need to remember we don't know everything about up to.
Agreed. No, I do not have trust for him, even if he is not so bad. His evil is also relative. But evil nonetheless.
But we can at least, I suppose, find out what he knows and then figure out what to do from there. Send him on his own way to continue working towards the same goal, or perhaps leave
He
him
is
with,
a better. Right, go ahead.
perhaps leave him with Ephelis to compare information. Seems to be his way of doing things.
He is a good ally for that.
We can at least take him as far as Ephelis. Go from there.
There we go.
Guess we'll take him, but we're not gonna let him watch us crack open the statue.
No. Yeah.
You don't crack it open; it just glows, as is.
Yeah, maybe.
Got to figure out how to turn it on.
Some power at it.
Yeah,
from the
but-
right switch.
Yeah, we just
Just
gotta
got the lights built on.
I just gotta know the.
just gotta hit it with the right thing, and then
No, you don't hit it.
no, I mean like activate it, like hit, not like physically hit it. Like
Right.
But what if
Zap it.
what if we do have to physically hit
We
it,
might have
and maybe
to.
the staff will help?
man, I started
we hit it
thinking
with the
like,
staff.
geez, do we have to hit it with the staff? God,
No.
that might be it.
That might be it. There's one
Like,
way to find out.
If it's real good, and then we put the real bad thing, and then just, poof, and then
Right.
we got the prism out.
Right.
That might be the use of the staff that Eldra had in mind.
That's right.
Get to the prism.
Right.
Because I mean, she said, "Save it, save her." Like,
Yeah, it's pretty vague.
what about
And what does it say about the?
third ring of darkness, third Vorla? Save it when it reappears.
Yeah, we have to
It
save
will
it.
create a distraction.
It reappeared,
I don't. Did that
but
happen?
then it reappeared. The Guardians brought it back for us. Now we have to.
And they did that. All right.
Need to get the prism out of it.
There's so much we don't know.
Who's her?
Most of it. We
Most
don't
of it.
know most of it.
Yeah, there's so much that we have solved, and so much we don't know, and
Yeah.
we don't know more than we've solved.
Yeah.
I feel
And
Yeah.
what we don't know is all the important stuff.
exactly right.
But you know all the less important stuff, though.
Yeah. So now it's
Yeah.
only important stuff from now on.
We know a lot about the less important stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we know how-
Not a word that I would be willing to use about anything that we know.
we know how big Shar is?
We don't. That's one of the important things we don't know yet.
I'm gonna ask our friend very quickly, and also about Vecna.
How big Vecna is?
Yeah.
How big is Vecna?
I love Wigbit.
That's how you know the Franz is serious.
I know.
Yeah.
He's big.
Big.
Yeah. Roz definitely wins the yeah. So
I really appreciate that it took until tonight for you to realize that no one calls him Lord Franz except for
Us,
that was
apparently.
awesome. That was so awesome. That was great. So y'all are gonna wait. What? So you're gonna wait a couple hours and then
Until the Farron's ready.
go
and
to teleportal
Yep.
and wait. Farron's gonna come back here and then you're gonna go to teleportal.
no, we were meet him there.
we're meeting at
Meet him at the teleportal.
Yeah, if he's gonna take that long,
Yeah,
we're
we're
meet
gonna
him there.
get all our stuff together here. Make sure we're
Yep.
ready to go. Make sure the
And then meet him at
the
the-
portal people are ready. Like, this is where we want to go. Get us here, please, or as close as you can to here. Get all that figured out. So we're just ready to go as soon as Farron's back.
He'll meet you there,
And what's his face?
Capra.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. Right.
Roland, we were friends.
No, we're not.
Remember we had a conversation
We're not friends.
standing over all those bodies. Gosh,
We're
how
not.
we bonded.
No, we didn't. You
I
were-
mean, granted, we bonded, and you were on one side of the room, I was on the other because you were threatening to kill me. But I
Yeah.
thought we bonded.
yeah, no,
we
I
really-
was very close to killing you, and I still am.
You were.
I still feel that way.
Everybody was too close to dead at the end of that fight to continue fighting, right?
Too close or dead at the end of
Right.
it.
I mean,
Yeah.
depends on how you look at it. I don't ever feel like I'm too close to dead to fight.
Could always get just a little closer.
Yeah.
Not strictly true.
Well, we
Yeah,
will.
you can't-
What'd you say?
I was gonna say you can't split hit points, so yeah, you can't just keep going like half and half and half closer to dead.
Just Xeno
forever.
forever. You'll be fine. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, we will pick up here next time.
All
Nice.
right.
All right.
So yeah, we'll be back to Scion next week. So we'll finally see what we can figure out about our jar of blood.
We know as much in that game as y'all know in this game. I mean, it's
It's
like,
true.
right?
Yeah, we
I
just
think you
one of the
know a good amount.
one
in
of
that
them
game.
we've been playing a little bit longer.
Yeah, that's fair.
So-
That's fair. Yeah, that's good.
But like this is basically meant to be a prologue, like the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like it's not meant to be too long.
Yeah.
Too complex.
Yeah, we're just getting to where we start being
Learn
real
Yeah.
god kids.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna be such human-sized god kids.
You get bigger.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so
and be waiting for our crossover event.
It's coming
Scion
sometime.
Management crossover event.
sometime it's coming. We'll figure it out.
Wigbit is gonna be so disappointed.
But yeah, catch us next week for Scion, and then we'll be back in 2 weeks and pick up with off through yet another portal. See what's on the other side. So thanks for hanging out, everybody, and we will see you next week. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.